just trying to put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything.
He destroys. My mouth speaks the praise of Yah, and let all flesh bless his set apart name forever and
And
ever.
never. All praise.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All praise to the Most High.
Hallelujah.
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 Praise
Man,
Yah,
all
man.
praise to the Most
Praise the
High,
Most
Praise
man.
High.
y'all. Praise y'all.
Hey, y'all nasty, boy. Y'all nasty, man. Y'all know how to get somebody's spirit jump. Hallelujah.
All
Hallelujah, man. I'm telling you, man.
Selling they soul, liquor and dope. Letting go of the rope, young and the old, slippery slope. Proverbs 1 and 24 is the cause of our woes. We don't even know. So many in the city lack a father. Ain't no winning till we turn back to the Father. No quitting, remain willing to go harder for the Abba.
You got good people out there. You still got to follow the commandments.
The money come with problems and we got no way to solve them. If you got it, then you got them. Best believe that, bro. Open up the Bible, you will find yourself inside
And
it.
this is the message which we have heard from him and announced to you, that Elohim is light, and in him is no darkness at all.
In the scriptures, love life and put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to.
I was thinking when actually since you said that, I was looking at Psalm 66, and that's what is going on.
Just trying to put the Father over everything, yeah. Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. Could care less about the power. You could keep the rings. I'm just trying to put the Father over.
That's when that lust kick in, man. You always got to be dealing with that fight, that daily flesh fight every day.
Every
Every
day.
day.
Rules look strange to Americans. They ain't used to seeing Torah keeping people with no Satan in them. Some of us only keep the
I was
laws
able
in
to
our
connect
actions.
to one of our elders in Africa of the Limba tribe.
Till we discover the truth in that days, we be doing something different. We follow the Abba to the T with no permission. Wrestling for blessings like Yaakov, we on a mission. Fully understanding we're the vehicle to bring the truth to others while maintaining that Yahuwah is the engine. I don't think you heard me, I said y'all must be the engine. The Messiah came in his name, he is on one accord with him. In this land of kid, I'm always second guess doctrine that's polytheistic and not keeping the Father central. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. Could care less about the
I don't think the Most High made a mistake. That's how I look at it. He knew what was going on. He knew what he was going to do. He knew how it was going to play out. You know what I'm saying? He
Right on.
declared the end from the beginning. So if it went like that, it meant to go that way.
Like that.
Less about the power, you could keep the rings. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything, yeah. Father over everything. Father over everything. Power, you could keep the rings. Father over everything, yeah.
I know y'all Hebrews, and I know it's late. So, Shabbat Shalom. I love y'all, man. Oh,
Love, bro.
Love you
Too,
too,
bro.
yeah.
Love, brothers.
Hey, Shabbat.
Praise Yah. That's for sure. All right. Psalms 122. Okay. I was glad when they said to me, let us go into the house of Yahuwah. Our feet have been standing within your gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is built as a city that is bound together, where the tribes have come up, the tribes of Yah, a witness to Israel, to give thanks to the name of Yahuwah. For there the thrones of right ruling were set, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for this peace of Jerusalem. Let those who love you be at rest. Peace be within your walls, rest in your citadels. For the sake of my brothers and companions, I say peace be within you. For the sake of the house of Yahuwah, our Elohim, I seek your good. Hallelujah. Praise Yah. All right.
Yeah, I'll praise to the Most High. Okay. Let's see.
Yo, praise. You go with that video. Right. Up.
You got it, Yamel. You got it.
We still recording? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Start now.
I say take that face off the screen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with it. I'm gonna type it in. So as brothers have seen that that video with the debate. There we go. Yeah. So we're gonna recap the debate real quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, patriots and freedom fighters, we just witnessed one of the most critical moments in modern American history.
Dang, I don't know why. Like, yeah, is the service bad? Y'all can hear it, right? I got that black screen again. Yeah, black screen came back. Hold on, y'all. There we go.
Moments in modern American history, a debate that was far more than words. It was a cosmic battle between the forces of truth and deception, a showdown.
All right, here we go. All right, so what we're gonna do is this is gonna take a recap of that debate. See how brothers feel about it and whatnot. So whenever brothers want me to stop the video, pause the video on the point, we could do that. But here we got a brother breaking it down how the debate went from a biblical perspective or a Christian perspective. I'll say that. Oh, here we go.
Who really cares for this nation? Trump, the man they all want to silence, went head-to-head with Kamala Harris, and if you're still in doubt about who came out victorious, let me shatter the illusion the mainstream media is feeding you. Trump absolutely obliterated Harris. It's not even a contest. Let's start with the basic facts. Trump has a record of rebuilding the economy, securing borders, and protecting American values. Kamala Harris, well, she's been part of an administration that's overseen skyrocketing inflation, botched the border, and sold out America's sovereignty. It's right there in front of us, plain as day. Let's talk the economy, because Harris tried, and failed, to paint a rosy picture of what she and her puppet president have done. She spouted off about her so-called opportunity economy and $6,000 child tax credits. But that's smoke and mirrors, folks. When she said, I intend on extending a tax cut for those families of $6,000. She's playing the game of distraction, hoping you won't notice the disaster of inflation that's ravaging middle-class families under Biden's watch. Meanwhile, Trump hit back hard, bringing up the real issues. We've had a terrible economy because inflation is a country buster.
And I was going to say, like, he bought, like, that's what I was telling you out the other day. Trump, she wasn't answering no questions, man. But it seemed to be like Trump was answering all the questions. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I noticed during the, like he said, the shoes kept deflecting, kept ignoring things. And I was noticing that with her.
Yeah.
That's little Republican act right there. Go ahead, Act.
Giandra, you watched the debate, right, Act?
Yeah, I'm watching the debate.
Yeah, when you watched it, then it seemed like she wouldn't answer questions, but Trump was answering questions, and they wouldn't even give Trump enough time to even speak.
Yeah, man, that's exactly what was happening. She was just dancing around the questions, trying not to
not to
Mm-hmm.
solidify a point, but to just dance around it so she couldn't and it basically I felt like she's answering the question so later on she wouldn't get caught up in a lie or entanglement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
a lot of stuff this brother was breaking down. I was even able to see LA. Other brothers able to see that. Let's get to it.
He said, boom. Inflation has crushed everything Harris pretends to stand for, and Trump knows the truth. Then there's the border crisis, a topic Harris desperately wanted to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
Let's remember, she's the Bell border
Hey,
czar.
see, he said that. We talked about the migrants. I remember I kept saying every time he brought up the migrants, she just ignored them. You see that? That's what I was saying. She wasn't
I don't
trying to
think
answer
she
no
said nothing
question.
about the. I don't think she said nothing about the migrants. Not one word.
She did
You
not
know,
one word. She kept deflecting and kept like literally ignoring it.
she's just looking over there, looking over.
And that's a big thing right now about the migrants. A lot of people, that's a big discussion that you should want to address because a lot of people that live here, we don't agree with what's going on with that migrant stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's causing a lot of issues, man. You got the migrants here during the time of inflation. You got the migrants here during famine, right? They say every time what they call it, like they say, hey, not enough chickens. There's not enough this. What they call
Hey
that?
Bill Gates making sure we got enough stuff. He making that stuff right in the lab. Like, yeah,
In the laboratory. Oh, shortages.
man.
There you
They're
go.
like, yeah.
During the time of food shortages, right? So you said we got food shortages, we got inflation going on, and then here you guys bringing all these migrants. Like, why would you ignore that? Why would you ignore that topic? That doesn't make no sense.
Hey, but it's got to be fulfilled. The word of the Most High got to be fulfilled. That
Mm.
second Ezra when it says people gonna be fighting with each other for lack of bread. I mean,
Mm.
how you think? Why you think
That's
somebody gonna be fighting with their neighbor because they kids
the
ain't got
second
nothing to
address.
eat? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
So,
that second address.
so yeah. So when the I think 16, second Ezra 16. So when you got all the migrants here, it's already a food shortage. Just think about the toilet paper that everybody and the
Mm.
bath tissue that people was going crazy over COVID when they couldn't find it. It's gonna be just like that with the food. But
Yeah.
food, you gotta eat. So people gonna be fighting their neighbor, breaking in their neighbor house. It's gonna be murders and all that stuff going on. It just ain't hit the fan yet. Wait till it hit the fan when the shortages really happen. And then you got all these people, right now, they out there slicing ducks and pigeons' heads off and cats and eating them and
They say
ain't gonna be no more
they eat.
ain't gonna be no more of them out there. They like, man, we gotta eat something.
So they eating the pets, right? That's why they say they eating the pets. The pets ain't safe.
Man.
I ain't gonna lie. Ain't goose a delicacy though? Ain't goose a delicacy in some places? They just trying to come up
I
and
Man.
eat good.
don't think we ain't supposed to eat no goose though, right? I think
I
supposed to like
no,
y'all guys supposed to.
Nah.
I was being facetious, man. I'm just saying. I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
saying.
like duck too. Like duck supposed to be a delicacy, I think.
They came to America and said, "I'm finna get everything and some."
They
Oh
was like,
yeah.
man, all these ducks out here. Y'all hungry?
Oh,
Y'all
I was
crazy
about
or
to
something?
say. I was about to say that. Basically you said we got a whole bunch of delicacies running around here, like the like dogs and stuff. They say they eat that in China and stuff. Yeah.
Right, right.
There
Just
ain't
think if
no
it was
way.
one of them Chinese people was over here, they'd be, man, you couldn't even walk down the street with your dog. Dog be like, man, nigga trying to eat me or something?
Mm.
Nah,
That's
I got that
uh,
second address right here. Go ahead, DeAndre.
I was just saying facts, facts. That's all.
So it says, second Ezra 15. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the word of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, says the Most High. and caused them to be written in a paper. For they are faithful and true, right? So he says this is going to happen. I'm gonna
Right.
skip down to 5. Behold, says the Most High, I will bring plagues upon the world. So we seeing these plagues, COVID, monkeypox. You know what I'm saying? Now
Right. They coming. Yep.
the sword, right? So the sword, we see that the migrants being here and then all this, all this divide in the nation itself, right? That's going to bring the sword. We've been talking about that civil war. And I
Hmm.
was Shaq was just talking about how they got that movie just came out, the Civil War movie. That's just like how they came out with that movie, Leave the World Behind. They kind of letting people know what's coming, right? It says, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. And we seeing that wickedness right now polluting the whole earth. And we
Hey,
seen in that big 2020 push that iniquity. Go ahead, Al.
like you say, it's a exceedingly polluted, right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The days of Noah, right? The world was
Right.
exceedingly polluted before the Most High, and He brought on floods.
He gonna do it with fire this time. Let's get it in.
A title that has become a punchline because of the record-breaking illegal immigration pouring into this country. What did Trump say? Millions of people pouring into our country from prisons and jails, from mental institutions, taking jobs from African Americans, Hispanics, and unions. That's not hyperbole, people. That's fact. And while Harris tried to dismiss it, Trump stood firm, calling her and Biden out for their disastrous policies that are literally eating away at the fabric of America. Remember when Harris brought up Project 2025? She
Mm-hmm.
called it dangerous and part of Trump's so-called plan to destroy democracy. Give me a break. This is the classic tactic of the globalists. Project their own dirty schemes onto their enemies. Trump didn't pull any punches. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. Boom. He doesn't need to read some shadowy left-wing conspiracy to know the real threats to America. Harris and Biden, who are selling out our country to the highest bidder. And here's the clincher, the moment that should send shivers down the spine of any true patriot. Harris talked about how they've cleaned up Donald Trump's mess. Oh, really? Look at this mess. Under Trump, we had a booming economy, a secure border, energy independence, and respect on the global stage. Under Harris and Biden, we've got chaos, inflation, and a weakened military. And don't even get me started on the disaster that is the Afghanistan withdrawal, which Trump brilliantly dismantled in his rebuttal. This is bigger than just Trump versus...
So, like he said, a weakened military. When I heard that, I thought about how they was making the military take them dang jabs. Why would you have your soldiers taking jabs that is messing up your heart and stuff? You know what I'm saying? That was crazy.
Not even that. They was putting transgenders in the military, and like, you see how this year they was talking about anybody under 25 or something got to register, even the women. So you think about all the
Hmm.
stuff that they doing.
Crazy.
It's just a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Harris. This is a battle between those who want to restore American sovereignty and those who are hell-bent on destroying it. Harris represents the globalist machine, the masters who are desperately trying to undermine our nation, and she proved that during the debate. You could practice...
So I wanted to highlight that. It said that Harris represents the globalist machine, which is the reason why I personally feel that she is going to win this presidency. Does anybody else feel any type of way about that? Or
Yeah, like they gotta, they gotta. It just seemed like, you know, uh, even though brothers don't vote, we don't get
Mhm.
involved in that stuff, but when we can see the evil, you know what I'm saying, and then we know Biden wasn't in there, or his term or whatever, and
Because
and we see
that's the
somebody
way,
else was running everything.
right?
You know
And
what I'm saying?
but that was the way to put her in there too, right? You know what I'm saying? Nobody was gonna vote her as a lead like candidate for presidency. So she was the vice president, and then, you know, something happened to Biden. Like I said, what we've been calling, we knew something was gonna happen to him for her to slide in there. So now she simultaneously becomes the candidate, you know, the Democratic candidate for presidency, right? So
right.
y'all already know my sentiments, how I feel. I feel like they're gonna put that woman in there. And y'all already see how they did, how the people acted when they put Biden in there, and that's a Gentile, right? So now you put this quote unquote black woman up in here, and it's gonna be the same thing, but worse. You feel me? But again, all this has to happen. The Most High calling this. You feel me? All this gotta happen. You feel me?
And then, like, while it's happening, they making our people look real stupid. You know, even when Biden got in there, said, "You don't vote for me, then you ain't black." I mean, what you know? It's just like, come on now, all this stuff, it just make us look stupid. It plain and simply make us look real stupid, like we don't do our homework, we don't look. You know, I think it's better if I think this is what I think personally. I think we should let them deal with their own matter. This their country, you know. We from Jerusalem.
Right.
We want to get back to our homeland. This their country. Let them do it. Let them vote. If they want the woman in there, or if they want Trump in there, let them do it. Let us keep the Most High in front of us and look forward to what we got coming, which is deliverance from this land. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This land that's
I feel
trying to
that.
kill us. You know.
We preparing for it too, though.
Yeah.
Say it again,
Andre? Go ahead,
What'd you say, Shad?
Now, I was saying that's what we preparing for in all aspects, right?
Right.
Spiritually, mentally, and possibly physically. We need to be preparing for that, you know?
No, that's a fact, huh? Where you at, Giandre? How you feel about that? I feel like they might put Harris in there or Trump in there.
Man, I feel like I think they're well. If you're telling, well, the whole thing about it is they're splitting the country in a time where we shouldn't be split. So this might this could be a play if you really want me to answer it in what the way I feel, but it's not online with what we're talking about right now. If somebody shoots Kamala Harris, who's going to get the presidency next? And then that could be the whole play. Let's go bust, because you guys know, like at its infancy, like the postmaster, if everybody gets killed, like the postmaster can be, I know this sounds weird and we'll have to go back in, but the post office, the postmaster can be the one that gets the presidency. So there are all these things that I don't know. Why are they put in Biden? What happens? Who would they put in if Kamala Harris? So I don't know. I'm not sure, man, but I will say on subject, they're probably going to put in Trump because he's a white male. The white males control the electoral vote. Nobody I know knows nobody that I know knows not even one name of the electoral college, that they don't even know who's in the electoral college. So my whole thing is that the only reason that she's getting really some traction is because Indians are deep. They got deep money. They're pushing narratives. They're quiet, so you wouldn't know. You know, you don't see any Indians on other than the Indian dude that's running. You know what I mean? Like they're backing their candidate. And so, well, to answer your question, if it's pretty much who controls the electoral college, and that would be Trump. So I just think that for white males, white families, and people that identify with white or have white I wouldn't say I won't go that far, but I will say
like patriotic.
Yeah, in a patriotic sense, like in a sense.
That won't bring the divide though, man. Putting Trump in there won't bring that divide that you just
it won't.
About how you just said they're using her, because all this is reality TV, man. All this is reality. It don't matter who they put in there, because these people are just puppets, right? They just puppets.
Right.
None of this really matters. Like I said, all we doing sitting back, having the wisdom to know, man, this reality TV, you feel me? You got to put the black woman in there to bring the divide like you spoke about earlier. You put Trump in there, the divide ain't going to come. It's going to be what the people really want. You already hear little Republican, he say, if I vote, I'll vote for Trump. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? So it's like...
Unless they kill Trump, that'll be the only thing. If they do put Trump in there, they'll kill Trump. But I don't want to go, but DeAndre said, Trump. So, but I feel him. All right.
And the thing is, man, only reason Trump got in there in the beginning was to divide the country. You know what I'm saying?
That's
he was put in there.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
And he was put in there. He was put in there to show a new, like how every other president, you be like, they presidential. When Trump got in there, they're like, oh, he's just a regular person like us. So when a regular person like us get in there, we're gonna give y'all some good, but I'm gonna put this whole other side against this person.
Right.
So
and that was the help of the divide, like you saying, not because again, man, when they first put Trump up in there, you ain't never seen these crackers stand so bold and be like, yeah, nigga, I don't like your black ass. You ain't never seen them be so bold until they put Trump in there. I seen Gentiles stealing off on niggas. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So as soon as they put that in there, every time you seen MAGA, you mix that with a cracker.
Racism. Right.
That's what they first put in your head. Oh yeah, MAGA means I don't like you, nigga. So now you still see MAGA flag. Then they put the MAGA flag. Then they put the MAGA with the Confederate flag. You know what I'm saying? But then on the other side, this when they start tearing down statues of racist white people. You feel me? When at the same time that they put Trump in there. So again, like I said, he was put in there to bring the divide. You feel me? So him being in there, I feel like it ain't gonna create the divide that it should create.
And plus, this right up the alley for the Antichrist, right?
Right.
So when you got these two sides fighting with each other, it's gonna get so worse that somebody gonna have to come in and say it today.
They ain't even fighting with each other. That's the thing. This is reality TV. On reality TV where they make situations where it seems like they about to fight each other. That's what this is. These people don't really hate each other. These people got the same agenda, man. Regardless of what they might say, and say, oh no, I'm with this, and the other one say I'm with this, man, they both on the same thing, man. One quarter, one of them heads, one of it tails, both, but it's still a quarter, man, for sure.
And then they go out to eat with each other after they get done debating.
Right. Quote unquote debate, right, man. They had dinner, and she talking to Trump at dinner, talking about, okay, I see you kind of got me right there, but hey,
Yeah.
All right, let's get back in it.
That was a go.
Yeah, we got some ways to go.
Practically see the strings being pulled behind the scenes every time she dodged questions or tried to shift the blame onto Trump. Let's talk about one of the biggest issues that Harris tried to spin: healthcare. She tried to frame Trump as the villain, the guy who supposedly wanted to take away your healthcare. Classic fear-mongering, folks. Trump, on the other hand, laid out the facts. I had a choice to make. Do I save it and make it as good as it can be, or let it rot? I saved it. I did the right thing. Trump isn't against healthcare for the American people. He's against the bloated, bureaucratic mess that is Obamacare, a disaster that Harris and her cronies cling to like their last lifeline. Trump was clear. Healthcare reform is coming, but it's going to be done right, for the people, not the corporate elites who profit off your pain. And when Harris tried to bring up climate change, oh, here we go again. This is the globalists' favorite boogeyman, their ultimate tool to control the masses. Harris threw out the usual apocalyptic nonsense, talking about trillions invested in clean energy, while ignoring the fact that Biden's so-called clean energy agenda has crippled our economy and left us vulnerable. Trump, as usual, cut through the lies, pointing out the real impact. The prices of energy were quadrupling. They had no choice but to go back to Trump's policies. That's it, right there. They tried to bury the truth. But even the globalists had to backtrack because they saw the destruction they were causing. But here's where it gets really interesting, folks. Trump exposed the climate agenda for what it really is, a cover for deindustrialization and control. Harris tried to sell her Green New Deal light, but Trump didn't let her get away with it. He laid it out in simple terms. If she won the election, fracking in Pennsylvania will end on day one. And we all know what that means. Energy dependence on foreign powers, specifically China. They want America on its knees, begging for scraps from the global energy market, while Harris and her friends in the Biden crime family cash in. And then there was the most dangerous lie of all, Trump and the Constitution. Harris, in true puppet fashion, tried to frame Trump as some kind of dictator, saying he would terminate the Constitution of the United States. Give me a break. That's the oldest trick in the book. Project your crimes onto your enemies. Harris and her handlers are the ones tearing up the Constitution. Look at what they've done with censorship, weaponizing the DOJ, and letting Silicon Valley oligarchs dictate what you can and cannot say. Trump's response? Classic. They weaponized the Justice Department. Every one of those cases was started by them. Boom. They're attacking him with everything they've got because they know he's the last line of defense against their tyrannical plans. This brings us to the heart of the matter, patriots. Harris isn't just a bad politician. She's the face of the globalist agenda. She's there to distract, deflect, and divide, while the real power brokers continue their mission to dismantle American freedom. Trump sees it. We see it. And if you watched that debate, you saw it too. Let me remind you of one of the key moments that proves Trump isn't just fighting Harris. He's fighting the whole machine. Harris tried to make some moral high ground claim about bringing the country together, but Trump fired back with the truth about the radical left's real agenda. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics, and he taught her well. That right there is the...
We had that talk right there, Shaq. That's it right there. I remember Shaq, you put up that point how they talk about her mom all day and they refuse to talk about her father. Right. So now you see her father was involved in politics and whatnot, and a Marxist. You know what I'm saying? What they mean by that, Big Op, or DeAndre?
I guess we gotta look up that word.
Marxist is like a... Well, yeah, Karl Marx is just like a let's take time to pull out that definition to be more on point.
Okay.
Let's just take time. Everybody can go,
Yeah, I can pull it up, but son. You say he a Marxist, and they're bringing up a lot of points. I know brothers are saying that they all, it's all, one bird. I understand, but I just want to look at it from a point of view. Cause at the end of the day, I feel like they try to put their agendas in our face at the end of the day. So here we go. Like we said, we got Trump. You're an American hero. You're a patriot. And like they said people feel like Trump is the last line of defense for this country. So they saying, go ahead, Al.
I mean, Yamal, I gotta pull a real, not to interrupt you. Marxism is an economic and political theory that examines the flaws inherent in capitalism. It is primarily based on the work of the philosopher and economist Karl Marx. Marxism's theories are influenced in the development of socialism, which advocates for a shared ownership of the means of production by workers. The core ideals. What is the basic principles of the Marxist theory? A very basic principle of the Marxist theory is the theory of a class division of society and a class struggle. According to it, each society has the oppressors and the oppressed, and the oppressed are eventually bound to revolt and build a new society and economy.
That I'm glad you read that definition, because we see America, and definitely we seen Black Lives Matter and LGBTQ. They built a new class from that right there, and we know what Kamala's all about. We about to get into it, but she's with that whole Do you see how Black Lives Matter turned to LGBTQ? So she's with that whole movement of LGBTQ, which is a new class in America. So that's a good definition, bro. And then being
You
that they
know,
Indian, they come from that. They deal with that. What they call that in India?
uh,
They
they
got
call
that.
that
It's a
yeah,
class system, right? That's what they call it,
yeah,
right?
it's basically, yeah, it's a class system. It's a color class system
Mm-hmm.
based on lighter skin, basically, racist British classism that turned in that morphed into a Indian class system with the darker people at the bottom and the lighter people
At the
um,
top.
at the top. And
Yep.
to double down on that, the whole thing about it is that Kamala Harris, she's not even a dark Indian. The dark Indians
No.
don't the dark Indians know that the lighter northern Indians they don't get along, but collectively they'll fight for Indians. But when you can always know, if you guys didn't know this, it's almost 90% that when you see an Indian person and you ask them, hey, are you from Southern India? They're gonna say yes. It's almost a given that when you see a light-skinned Indian of Indian the subcontinent, they're gonna say that they're from Northern. And yeah,
Mm.
there's gonna be some in betweens, but that's the darkest people of India there. And so with this Marxism and what she's pushing, let me just say this. I don't know much about Marxism, but socialism is socialism. Some people say it works, some people say it doesn't. But the whole thing about it is that the people, like I said, in regards to the people, the oppressed people are gonna revolt. So this system,
Mm.
the system of Marxism, if we're gonna do it American, is they want black people to revolt. They want Mexicans
That's what
to
I'm saying.
revolt. And so
Can I interrupt? That's why her target audience is the black community, which turned to LGBT. Go ahead, you got it though. That's crazy. You got it though.
And so with that, what that is that in inherently
Wow.
you can't really trust Kamala Harris because
Ooh.
she knows that she's not she, we can say this. We know the light-skinned Indians do not portray the subcontinent of India in the color that it's supposed to be. And with that,
Right.
she what I'm basically saying, without going into this Marxism bull crap, we're basically gonna put we're gonna put in a non-evasive racist in the
Mm.
office that promotes her agenda that has been promoted. You can take her dad out and say, who cares about the Marxists? What we're really talking about is, does Kamala Harris identify with the class structure of the Indian continent that she comes from? Which
Yeah, I
is
think it's called
which
the caste system.
Yes, there you go, the
Yeah.
caste system. So
Yeah.
if we're really looking at it in totality, um, none of this benefits Black people, Israelite people. It's only to recategorize a new economy where
Yes.
maybe I don't want to go too deep, but go ahead and finish up where you were at. But
And that was perfect. And so now we have this person bringing out this new economy, new world order, right? This he's the face of the globalists, and you have Trump, who's being looked at as the American hero. That's the divide right now. So right now, if you are for America, and like like Trump say, making America great, then you vote for Trump, man. But yeah, you see Kamala, like you say, he's with this new world order globalist push, man. That's why I feel like she's gonna win.
And
Before before you move on, but again, let's not get it twisted though. It's just like the BP oil gas company, right? You got BP oil gas, and then coming from that same pipeline, you got Exxon and Shell. when you driving down the street, you would think Exxon and Shell are against each other, right? But they come from the same parent company, which is BP, right? So again, we can say, oh, Carmelo or Trump, man, again, all these same come under the same entity. They just different subsidiaries, right? But they under the same entity, man.
Facts.
Straight up. Let's not get
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
okay.
That's a fact. We understand that, but but before the world, that's what the world see. We getting it in though.
Okay, because no,
Core of this
I just
battle.
want to say that because I didn't want to get it twisted when DeAndre said, "Oh, you can't trust Carmelo. You can't trust none of them. You can't trust him either. They under the same parent company, BP.
Facts.
One of them is saved that's Shell, and one of them is saved that's Exxon, but they the same under the same company."
And let me rebuttal that back with not being a rebuttal. I just want to say something back to that. That's why I was telling you, brothers, when you have a third party system, the votes, if you have people that are not sure, you cannot finish the election if the votes don't hit a certain amount of votes. And that's why I feel that if a third party was there, I still wouldn't trust it. Like Shag said, Exxon and what do you Shell
BP.
and BP are of the same pipeline, but there could be a different pipeline named the same a whole different name, but still be pushing that same bullshit oil through the pipeline. So even if there was a third party, I'm saying the whole political system is no good. And I think Shag really hit it on the head with that.
Yeah, the earth is in the hands of the wicked, but we're just speaking, what's before our eyes right now, right? We got Trump, we got Trump, the American hero, and we got Kamala pushing this new world order, this new world agenda that we're going to get into a little later.
This isn't politics as usual. This is a war for the future of America. Harris and her Marxist handlers want to break the back of this country, and Trump is the only one standing in their way. So, the facts are out there for all to see. Harris doesn't represent the people. She represents the elites, the globalists, and the radical left. Trump, on the other hand, stands with us, the patriots. His victory in that debate wasn't just obvious, it was historic. It was a victory for truth, freedom, and the American way of life. And the mainstream media can try to spin it all they want, but they can't hide the truth. I've shown you how Trump not only demolished Harris on every point in that debate, but also how he exposed the globalist agenda she's been pushing. Now, it's time to dig even deeper into the implications of that victory, the bigger picture of what Trump's triumph means for the future of America. We are at a crossroads. This debate wasn't just about who gave the better sound bites or who threw more punches. It was about the survival of the republic. Trump didn't just show up to debate Kamala Harris. He showed up to take a stand for every single American who's fed up with the lies, corruption, and tyranny we've been living under for the past 3.5 years. His victory was more than a political win. It was a spiritual one. It was a reminder that the fight for freedom and sovereignty is far from over. Let's dive into the media's response. They're doing everything they can to spin this, to make it look like Harris held her own. But that's a joke. The media is the mouthpiece of the global elite. They've been pushing this narrative that Trump is dangerous, that he's a dictator in waiting, all while covering up the fact that Harris and Biden have been dismantling our freedoms one by one. Trump called them out on this. Remember when he said they weaponized the Justice Department? They're the ones that made them go after me. That's the truth they don't want you to hear. The Biden administration has been weaponizing every branch of government to go after their political enemies while claiming to protect democracy. That's the real tyranny, folks. Now, let's talk about the real plan for America's resurrection. Harris has no plan, and we saw that clearly in the debate. She couldn't give a straight answer on any of the real issues facing this country. What did she say about the border crisis? Nothing. What did she say about the skyrocketing crime in our cities? Crickets. And when she did speak, it was all empty promises and buzzwords. Trump, on the other hand, has a vision, and it's a vision based on strength, sovereignty, and the restoration of American greatness. He laid it out plain and simple when he said, I created one of the greatest economies in the history of our country. I'll do it again and even better. Boom.
Trump did do that.
Trump's plan for the economy, energy, and national security is the only real path forward. Let's not forget that under Trump, we were energy independent. Gas prices were low, the economy was booming, and our enemies feared us. Now, Harris and her administration have handed the keys to our future over to foreign powers. Trump sees this, and that's why he's so focused on bringing back energy dominance, securing the border, and putting America first. This is the blueprint for our resurrection, patriots. And the globalists are terrified because they know that if Trump gets back in office, it's over for them. And then there's the ultimate proof of Trump's victory in that debate: the future of the Supreme Court and Roe v. Wade. Harris tried to act like Trump was some kind of monster for restoring the Constitution and putting the power back in the hands of the states. But what did Trump say? I did a great service in doing it. It took courage to do it. Courage. That's what Trump brings to the table, and it's what Harris and her globalist handlers fear the most. Trump wasn't afraid to do what was necessary to make the tough decisions that would protect the future of this country. Let's not forget the big picture, folks. This isn't just about Trump and Harris. This is about a war for the soul of America. Harris represents the forces of darkness, the elites, the globalists, the Marxists who want to tear down everything we hold dear. They want to strip us of our freedoms, destroy the Constitution, and usher in a new world where the American people are nothing more than slaves to the system. Trump, he's the last man standing between us and total tyranny. His victory in that debate wasn't just about policy. It was about fighting back against the evil that's been eating away at this country for far too long.
All right. So,
we've been told that America is a Christian country from its origin, one nation under God. Government is for the people.
There we go.
Hey, let me find out you be listening to old say can you see on the Shabbat. That's what you be doing. Oh, say can you see?
It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about number with the check say. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe and run this channel
where
up.
they going with this, you know what I'm saying? So you got Trump, yeah, like you said, your American hero, versus Kamala Harris, who represents the New World Order, man, who represents what, they've been, trying to turn America into, you know what I'm saying? So this is why I wanted to show, man, we live in crazy times. The whole world can't see this the same bird, do different wings. So I'm just trying to show that divide.
Let me, can I, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, DeAndre.
Hold on real quick. So, what's dangerous about this is that the input of data in regards to this, both sides are able to write their narratives, and then on top of that, people are not even making their own judgment decisions. They're not doing any research. They're not really doing in-depth talks or having abstract thoughts. And so with this technology, whether that people are doing voiceovers or making images of Trump and Kamala, the real deal is that the nation is being we are showing the world that we are easily divided and easily manipulated via social media. So it's not it's in reality either way is not a good way. But I just wanted to say that because it's just making us vulnerable either way we go.
I mean,
and the thing is, like, when you think about it all, like Kamala, she can push her agenda, and every news channel, TV station, gonna push it for her. They gonna help them, help, just like how they helped her become like this big woe, but nobody even wanted her in 2020. They wanted Biden in there. She didn't even get to the stage, and she had dropped out. but now they making it seem like she this big person. So even by saying that, you know, you got them censoring Trump, right?
Yeah.
Only way you can find out about Trump is like you go on the internet. You know, that's where, you're gonna get your divide. You got the TV and then you got the internet. The internet, after Trump came out and said it's fake news, everybody like finding out about the media. But see, it's a whole big thing, and you know that the person that's controlling this is doing this on purpose because
Right.
it's like Shag was bringing up last time about Cornell West. You don't hear nothing about him at all, right?
And he's supposed to
You
be a
don't hear,
so-called black man.
yeah, you don't hear nothing about him at all. You don't hear nothing.
Yeah.
But you
But
see only. Go
just
ahead.
real quick, the fact that you brought up Cornell West during the time of, he's a so-called black man who's running for presidency, but they make it seem like they care about the black person and the black vote, but they use Kamala Harris to push that narrative of black this and she's a black woman, but they totally ignore an actual brother. But you got it out.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's all I was saying. I was just saying, like, see how the media is pushing it like this. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't hear about Cornell West.
Well, let me interject real quick. You made a good point, and I want to, and we all know what I'm about to say. Who controls rap? Who controls rap? Music. The Ashkenazis.
The so-called Jews. Yeah.
Same ones that
no,
control.
they're not.
Same ones that control the media. Same ones that control the media.
Okay, so they're not, we shouldn't even rep, they're Ashkenazis. That's what they are. They're East European Ashkenazis. It doesn't matter if they converted. So with this narrative, we're already seeing we're see that I don't want to get off the point. I want to stay on the point. Your point, my point, and then Big Ox point. And then the point of the matter is we're saying media, we're saying TV, but the Ashkenazis control the TV. The Ashkenazis control the internet. The Ashkenazis, if you guys didn't know, most of the judges and the congressmen have Ashkenazi bloodlines. So when we're really looking, go ahead.
No, they control the country when you really think about it. I mean, the money comes from the Rothschilds.
Okay, so let me just throw this here. If the world is pressing the Ashkenazis right now, the best bet is to sow confusion in the only country that could push them out of Israel, that could frontline any kind of issue. The issue is that right now that everybody all over the world is looking up all our data, all these black people, all these African Americans, all these different races that have lineages to Israel. Are they talking true? So the whole narrative is, if I was an Ashkenazi and I had big money in Israel and wanted to keep my people in control, I would use Marxism. I would use white Anglo-Saxon agendas and make a fight. So if
can I say something? Like, you got it. Like, basically what you saying, they sinking the ship. You know what I'm saying? They sinking ship and jumping off. You got it.
Yeah, they sinking the ship like in the war,
America,
in the World War, like in World War, how they was funding both sides of the war.
Right. And they sinking America's ship.
And just like they funding both sides of this political party, because you got to remember, Trump was in debt, and them Ashkenazis the one bailed them out. That's why I know this thing is deeper than what we see. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why he won't. Right. That's why they want. If a candidate come out and they don't speak against Israel about what Israel doing over there, you know what's going on. That's just plain and simple. That's why Hebrews need to stay out of their stuff and let them deal with it.
Yeah.
You know
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.
I've been there for a little bit and I got kicked out. But
okay.
I just sent y'all a video and kind of almost what y'all talking about. It's called the Trojan horse. Pretty good. But you seen it already?
No, I ain't see it, but I like how you just brought that point, the Trojan horse. And that's what we seeing right now with these political ploys. There's a Trojan horse. Yep.
Yeah, if y'all get a chance, y'all want to check that video out. It's pretty
Let's
good.
watch it out. Let's watch it at the end. Let's watch it out at the end and see if it pulls everything together.
We'll do that. And I just want to
Y'all
say
there?
real quick before we hear. You hear us? We hear you, Mark.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody hear me? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
just want to say real. We hear you out. I just want to say, everybody don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know, and hopefully the people that's watching know what's going on. But at the end of the day, whether real or fake, the effects is going to be real. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, we have Trump.
I don't know if y'all can hear me, but I can't hear nothing.
Oh, we hear. All right, we hear you.
Okay. I think my mic is messed up.
Yeah. We can hear you. But I just want to say real quick that with Trump, he's your American hero. You know what I'm saying? He represents the American hero. And then you got Kamala, who, in the eyes of the patriots, you know what I'm saying, is represents the globalists, everything that's wrong with America. But then you got the young folks, your Generation Z, and this new class of people that's who Kamala appearing to. So you know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, if Trump wins and he gets killed, there's gonna be it might be an uprise. If Kamala wins, it might be an uprise. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be a real effect. Go ahead.
Let me with this talk about the background of Kamala Harris, I wanted to see I wanted to see where Karl Marx was from, and Karl Marx was born on May 5th, 1818 in Trier, in Western Germany, son of a successful Jewish lawyer.
God dang. That's crazy, yeah.
So the whole thing about it is the Ashkenazis is pushing, like if you strip when you look at okay, let me not get deep. The whole point about it is they're gonna push Kamala was their best bet because of the background that her father believes in, and that it's basically based off Ashkenazi economics. So
that's why I think she's gonna win. That's the globalist. Like they said, she's the face of the globalists, but you got it.
Yeah, and I think that when we're talking about us not participating in politics. So I'm gonna go on a side note, but please just bear with me. So I got my boy, just bear with me for a second. It's all gonna make sense. My boy Brent, all my life he used to, or not all our life, from high school, he used to always hang around the black people, telling us that he's black. We used to laugh at him like, nigga, I mean, brother, you're not black. Woo, woo, woo. Recently, about 5 years ago, I was on a bad one. I didn't really have nowhere to stay. I seen Brent, blase blah, his mom. I met his grandma. She rocks with me, so I ended up staying with her for a few weeks. So I goes and asked, "Is Brent black?" And she looked at me crazy. She's like, "Yes, I married a black man. He is full black, And she said his grandpa looks like Sidney Poitier. So with this understanding, right? I asked Oma, that's grandma in German. I said, Oma, what do you guys think about Trump over there? So the Germans in Trump's old home, where all the Trumps are from, they were booed. They didn't like that Trump got in at the beginning. And then once you find out what great grandpa Trump was, he was a gangster, a pimp, a slumlord. He tried to come to the United States. He tried to come to the United States, but they said he couldn't come. So my whole thing is that they both got their dirty bloodlines, and at the end of the day, I'm not really quite sure who to pick because it seems like we're picking from descendants, right? German, Eastern European, Polish, with Lithuania, all those are convert Ashkenazi people. So Trump is low key Ashkenazi, and then on the other side, Kamala leads in Ashkenazi Marxist politics. So I think I think as big man, I forgot who just said the Trojan horse. I definitely this is a double Trojan horse.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, same bird. What is that? What, different wings, same bird. Like I said, BP, Exxon, all the same pipeline. Okay, well we're gonna hit that disclaimer then. Where you at? Shay, you gonna hit that disclaimer for me?
Okay. That's Second Timothy. Look at him.
Hold on, brother.
Wait. Hold on.
I told you, little Republican. I told you.
My screen came on.
My screen came on.
My screen came on. Hold on.
This brother got to make America great on again, man.
I told you he wasn't playing. I told you.
Hey, whoa.
I told you he been voted in his heart.
Hold on. Cut the camera off.
Hey, when it's time, we know when it's time to go to the wilderness, we know who's staying in Babylon. When it's time to go to the wilderness, we know who's staying in Babylon right now.
Man,
he just showed his
I just went out and bought. He went and bought that hat.
He spent his money.
He spent his money on that hat.
Hey, come on. When it's time to go to the wilderness and get on that boat, them ships from Tarshish, he gonna be like, man, make America great again. You know what it is. That's what he gonna do.
I just sound like that brother was going to get some. It sounded like he was going to get some steak for his family. Instead, he come back with a "Make America Great" hat and some ramen noodles. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, how many people you had to fight for that hat, dog?
Man,
now we gotta kick this brother, man. I don't know how y'all feeling, man. We gotta kick this brother out. He gonna tell me to go to a scripture, man. Matter of fact, start that scripture at 3, because this brother needs some understanding for sure.
Man,
it say suffer hardship with us as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. Man, you a soldier of Trump with that hat on. We suffering that.
Hey, y'all leave me alone, man. You know.
Hey man,
crazy. I wasn't expecting that out.
Yeah, I ain't. He went all the way. I told you he was a little Republican. I told you he was a little Republican. I smelt it on him. He was going too hard for Trump. He was going too hard for him. I'm like, man,
I just sat there. He just sat there and said I had a Trump flag in front of my house. Right?
That's what I told you, and then you converted him. I told you. He told me. He told me out his own mouth. He was like, yeah, he converted me. That's what he told me. That's what he told me. You've been going too hard on Democrats, and you got poor little Republican knock over here getting led astray. Yeah, that's what you did.
Hey, y'all, he got the crispy hat, y'all. He got the crispy.
Yeah. Hey man, we gotta keep crazy.
Hey, don't tell me that thing got Donald Trump's signature on it either. Don't tell me that.
No, he got that signature photo when they photo like that. Hey, when y'all man was showing, y'all man was just showing that video. I couldn't help but just stare at Trump's ear, and I ain't see no blemishes. That nigga.
You gonna have to take the camera around your front yard. We're gonna have to see your front yard.
We gotta
see what's going on around there, man.
You was trying to put that on Big Ike with the MAGA flag, and you really got the American flag flying out. You got the American flag flying in front of your yard.
Can we get to the discussion, brothers?
Man, you are the discussion right now. You are the
Hey,
talking about.
hey, Mel, he's a true red, white, and blue.
I ain't trying to expose this brother like that. We might put this video up.
Hey, you can't, you can't wear an American flag shirt with fringes on it, Doc. You can't do that.
Look, Trump 2024. You know what I mean?
He love it too. He love it. He say, "Hey, we ain't supposed to be voting, but I'm voting in my heart." You see what my hat say?
Oh no!
Hey, his hat don't say "Make the Most High great again," right? Praise the Most High again. Say make Babylon great again.
Hey, brothers, new chat coming later on today.
Okay,
we got new chat coming later on today.
We got to kick him.
New chat.
New chat.
Man, you gonna leave brothers astray, man.
We got
You
new
gonna leave
chat
brothers astray in the assembly. We ain't dealing with that.
Oh, these so cold, brothers. Can we get to the discussion, brothers? Can you read those disclaimers, please?
Man, oh man.
Hey, he done set the tone, didn't he? Now, that shit just got real.
Man, it just got real up in here. I'm gonna start licking my fingers, flipping through scriptures, seeing what I can say about this brother now.
Hey, now you know he gonna bring something. Gonna talk about, I got my samurai sword. Now we'll make America great on, nigga. Nah, we see what side you on. I already told you. I already told y'all watch that brother doctrine. I told y'all watch that doctrine.
Hey, is there, I just want to say before we move on move forward, is there anybody else that wants to bust out their make America great before I'm surprising you?
Hey, Giandre. When we first started the assembly, what I first tell y'all, I said one thing I learned about the debate. I'm in a assembly with a whole bunch of, if I had to vote as brothers, straight up, if I had to vote, I'll vote Trump as niggas. Okay. Now we see. I wasn't stunned. I smelled it. I smelled it on them. I don't even know if I want to scriptures anymore.
Oh, man, come on.
I don't know what this brother got in school. I don't even know how to read no more.
Come on, Shag, man. Hit this disclaimers for us. Come on, now.
2 Timothy. 2 Timothy.
Thank you.
2 verse 3. Suffer hardship with us. Everybody in the assembly but y'all male. With us. As a good soldier, right?
Good soldier.
Not a wicked soldier with a Make America Great Again hat on.
I thought you were starting at 4. You'd have had to switch the verse for me.
I had to for you. When you came with that hat, I said start at 3. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Suffer hardship with us as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. No one serving as a soldier gets involved in the affairs of this life.
Getting what?
Get involved in the affairs of this life.
Man, they don't
one more time. One more time. They
don't stop at the little stands down the street and buy hats. That's what they don't do.
No one serving as a soldier gets involved in the affairs of this life.
I gotta see if GLCC still live. I will catch y'all brothers later.
Man.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna take that hat kindly. They probably gonna
take you back.
Yeah,
they gonna take us back happily.
Yeah.
It's about time you came back to us.
Yeah.
They was talking about.
He gonna come in. He gonna come in with that hat, and they gonna pull their hat out too. You know?
Hey, Israelites for Trump. Israelites for Trump.
They leaders, them big old eyes. He gonna be looking at y'all, man. Hide them eyes gonna get extra big. I'm like, dang, they popping out of socket over there.
Man, you got
about people.
Glad to have you back, brother. Okay, my bad. My bad. He got some big eyes, though. I'm just saying.
Oh man, go ahead, Shay. You got it up, man. From the real.
Hey, Yamel, you got a pop with that hat?
No, I don't got no pop. Matter of fact, yeah, with this hat on, I got pop. Go ahead.
No one savage as a soldier gets involved in the affairs of this life in order to please only him who enlisted him as a soldier. Don't get involved with the affairs of this life. Don't be voting, man.
Right. So we go to what's that? We got that Sirach, right? Let me see something. I think that Sirach pulled up on this app, right? I seen it on this app. I might have to type it in.
You gotta spend your hard-earned money on that thing.
So leave me alone, huh? Can we get to the discussion, please, brother? Eccles. Hold on, y'all. Let's see if that's all right. Let's see if it's all right. Okay, here we go. That popped up earlier. It's Sirach 10. I don't know. It popped up earlier, though. Hold on, y'all. That's right. I just have to do this real quick. Hey, I think we should start at go up a little bit. Let's do 1 through 5. You heard that?
Okay. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroys his people, but through the prudence of them which are in the
Wait. It said what? An unwise
king
destroys his people. What kind of stuff is that? Like putting pollution in the air, messing with your food, throwing the innocent in jail because you said something? Coming up with diseases to kill their own people. An unwise king destroys his people.
Man, promoting boy and boy, girl and girl, abortions, all that. That's wicked.
But through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of Yahuwah, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Man, Most High said the government gonna be on the shoulder.
Right. All praise.
Hey, verse 5, that's it.
In the hand of Elohim is prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor.
Oh, praise, man.
Hey, go back to that real quick, young man. Back to that 5.
Yes, sir.
It's like in the hand of Yahuwah is the prosperity of man. And we got to think about that, especially that in these times.
Right.
Most High said ain't nothing gonna come near you. This stuff that's going on in the earth is for the inhabitants of the earth that don't serve the Most High. That's who it's for.
Right.
It's not for us people. You know what I'm saying? We done served our time double. So this is the time for us to rejoice in the Most High. That's
That
basically
goes back
what
to
I'm
that
saying.
Second Timothy. Yeah, and that goes back to that Second Timothy, like you read earlier, like a soldier don't get involved with the affairs of this life. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because the Most High is, like the script say, I don't know nobody that the Most High forsook that served him.
Mm-hmm.
Not one. I know not one. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. Then the highlight of that is the power of the earth is in the hand of the Most High. And in due time, he will set over it one that is profitable. So that's the only king that, in the affair that we dealing with. We only got one king, and that's Christ, right? The Most High. So, because we know the earth is in the hands of the wicked. So, like I was saying, BP, Exxon, same pipeline. You know what I mean? The earth is still in the hands of the wicked, like DeAndre brought out. They both got wicked bloodlines, and they both got them same people behind them, which is the wicked, man. So yeah, we following Christ, man. All right, so political ploy, part 2, exposing the fox, Kamala Harris. We about to get into it, man. Yeah, we just getting started. That's why I said we had to start early, y'all. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get it in. Hey, so if brothers want to hit these articles, we could take turns. Brothers want to hit these articles. Anybody want to read this definition?
Okay, I got it. Ploy, a cunning plan or action designed to turn a situation to one's own advantage.
Mm-hmm.
This was widely interpreted as a ploy to buy time in order to consolidate his position.
Mm-hmm. It's got tactic, divide, cunning plan,
scheme, trick, gaming plan. Cunning plan. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So this is what we're dealing with: the political ploy, right? What's their cunning plan? Exposing the ploy. So we're gonna go back. Go here real quick.
Shocking body camera video released today shows the deadly police inside her own Illinois home. Now, former deputy faces. I've made all of deputy inside her own.
I don't know what's going on right now, y'all. Hold on, y'all. It's like it's tripping.
1 a.m. because of a possible prowler, only to be shot by a deputy inside her own Illinois home. The now former deputy faces 3 counts of first-degree murder. CBS's Roxana Saberi has the video that shows the chaotic moments, and we do want to warn you that it is hard to watch.
The body camera video reveals the events leading up to the horrific scene.
What took you so long to answer the door? Oh, I was trying to put on some clothes, sir. I'm sorry. You doing all right mentally? Yes. Sure? My medicine and stuff. All right.
Inside the home, Sangamon County Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson can be heard asking Sonia Massey to check on the stove.
You don't need a fire while we're here.
Within seconds, things become tense.
Huh? Where you going? Away from your hot steaming water. Away from my hot steaming water? Yeah. Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. God, I swear to God, I'll shoot you in your face. Okay, sorry.
Massey starts to set down the pot and apologizes. Grayson fires 3 times, striking her in the face.
Headshot with the female, 1078.
Prosecutors say Grayson's partner tried to give the 36-year-old first aid, even though Grayson discouraged him.
I'm gonna go get my kit. No, you're done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot.
Civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump is representing Massey's family.
Sonia needed a helping hand, but she got a shot to the face by the police.
James Wilburn is Massey's father.
I'm heartbroken. I just don't know what to say.
What's the hardest part about this for you?
I think the last words that my daughter said to me
was, Daddy, I love you. And to know and realize that I won't see her again. I can't talk to her again. I can't touch her again.
Grayson has pleaded not guilty. When reached by CBS News today, his attorney declined to comment. Last week, Grayson was fired from the sheriff's department. Documents obtained by CBS News show he has worked for 6 different law enforcement agencies since 2020. Nora?
That's noteworthy, Roxana Saberi. Thank you.
All right, so 1 second, y'all. Well, you know what? All right, I'm not taking nothing away from Sonya Massey. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. to her. But I would like to say, during the election period, we haven't had a highlighted police killing in a while. So, of course, we have one during the election period. Just like in 2020, the same script from George Floyd, right? So, during this election period, we have Sonya Massey being killed here in July 6, 2024. And like I said, there hasn't been any highlighted police killings. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? They might kill it throughout.
They gotta do something they gotta have something to play on the emotions of the sleeping Negro.
Right, exactly. And so it's like the same thing they did in 2020 with the killing of George Floyd. You know what I'm saying? So as you can see, this killing of Sonya Massey took place in July 6, 2024. Then after that, we have Joe Biden, who drops out in 2024. Y'all can see right here, President Joe Biden drops out of the 2024 presidential race. All right. So the highlight here is the date. Y'all can see the date right here, July 21st. So this is 2 weeks, right? So let me read this. From the time Biden was elected, and before he became the president, the world knew. Okay, my bad. All right, so now, as y'all can see, this is 2 weeks after Sonya Massey was killed, right? And so Biden drops out. So that's not by chance. All right, so we're seeing the script being played out from 2020, the same 2020 script. So let's check this out.
Joe Biden has dropped out of the U.S. presidential race. He announced it on X, saying it's in the best interest of his party and the country, promising to focus all his energies on his duties as president for the remainder of his term. The 81-year-old has endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris as the new Democratic nominee. She says she intends to rally the nation to defeat Donald Trump. But can she unite the party behind her? We'll know in about a month when Democrats make their pick at the party's national convention.
Joe Biden was a fighter for the little guy. Kamala Harris is equally strong and determined.
I knew that his Democrats were going to push him out, but I don't think Kamala has a chance to beat Trump.
I'm appreciative for what he did as the president, showing up for the people. But yeah, I think it was time for him to move on.
Yeah, I think it's a dirty shame that he had to drop out.
Joe Biden has dropped out of the U.S. president.
All right.
I've made all.
I'm bad, y'all.
And before we go.
So now we see that Joe Biden, he drops out. And the thing is about Biden dropping out, it says from the time Biden was elected and before he became the president, the world knew he wasn't in no shape to be a president. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a coincidence that, he drops out during the time that Sonya Massey gets killed. 2 weeks later, we got Joe Biden dropping out to endorse Kamala Harris, right? Like before he ran for president, what they was calling him, Sleepy Joe. He couldn't even stay awake during his speeches. And when he, you know what I'm saying? So, like the whole time he was president, it's like he wasn't even president, man. He couldn't even talk. He didn't know what was going on. All right. Let me see.
Right.
Joe. Hold on. All right, so that was it. All right, so here we go. Anybody want to read this?
Okay. All right. On Monday, Joe Biden called on Congress to pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, a wide-ranging police reform bill that was drafted in 2020 while Harris was senator for California. A year later, the bill passed in Congress but stalled in the Senate. Harris, who was anticipated to make racial justice a part of her presidential run platform, she said she joined with Biden in commending the swift action of the Illinois Attorney's Office and calling on Congress to pass the George Floyd policing legislation. A bill that I concurred in the Senate, co-authored in the Senate. In this moment, Harris added, in honor of Sonya's memory and the memory of so many more whose names we may never know, we must come together to achieve meaningful reforms that advance the safety of all communities.
So this comes out right on time, right? So they brought this up right on time, right? That Biden drops out, he endorses Kamala. So this is all fitting that thing that we seen in 2020. So look, this comes out right on time during the election after Sonya Massey was killed. So now we see the continued targeted audience, right? Or class she looks to appeal to seems to be to the so-called blacks in America, who we saw from part one, right? From Political Ploy part one, we see that they merged the black Americans with the LGBTQ movement. You know what I'm saying? So they use black people, right? They'll use black people, which is now considered LGBTQ, but they'll use, and just like DeAndre brought up in the beginning of the discussion, was how they know about this class system, right? So they target audience will be the lower class of the society. You know what I mean? To take advantage of them. Like I said, we can't trust them. So there's something going on here. There's a reason why they keep targeting the black community, which we now know is LGBTQ. Because we know Kamala already said she's not doing nothing for just black people, but then she'll deal with the LGBTQ movement. So let's go here. But the whole thing is, we know who her target audience is.
Yeah. Yeah, then like I just saw yesterday or the other day that America's favorite basketball player, Caitlin Clark, had liked a post by one of the people that endorsed Kamala Harris. And now some of her fans like, man, we ain't messing with you no more. We thought you was cool. So.
All right. There we go.
For Biden to step aside.
Now, shortly after stepping down from the presidential race, Biden made another announcement on Sunday, endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris to be the Democratic nominee. Harris accepted Biden's endorsement later that day, posting a statement on X that read, in part, quote, "My intention is to earn and win this nomination." It wasn't long before the Democratic Party coalesced behind Harris. Just one day into her campaign, enough delegates have stood behind her to secure her nomination, and according to the Associated Press, Harris is breaking fundraising records after her team raised more than $81 million in 24 hours. It's important to note, though, that she won't be the official Democratic nominee until the party formalizes the nomination, a virtual roll call vote set to happen by August 7th, before the Democratic National Convention takes place in Chicago later that month. So far, Harris has no opposition. Harris already made history as the first woman, Black person, or person of South Asian descent to serve as vice president. And if her nomination is solidified, she would become the first Black woman to represent a major party on a presidential ballot. And if she's elected, she would be the first woman of color to be president of the United States. So that's a huge
It's a big deal. So much happened. So much happened. Have to talk about all of it. But yes, absolutely. That is a big deal. And I mean, who am I? I'm not a political analyst, but I think she has a chance, especially with the way Gen Z is acting.
I think so, too. I mean, we know a nonpartisan research group that's based.
Hey, now you know that dude, you know he say pop. You know he say pop. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's the soda guy right there.
You know he say pop. I can see him talking about let me give you one of them pops. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's all I'm gonna say. Hey, I'm gonna say this though. Of course, he votes for. He said he thinks Kamala has a chance because this is her targeted audience, right? Black, so-called Black person, LGBTQ. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's get with it.
In Tufts University, released a study that said that basically 40 million or 41 million Gen Z voters are now part of the electorate, and nearly half of these voters are people of color. So that in and of itself is like a huge thing. But in addition to that, we're seeing a lot of Gen Zs kind of rally behind Harris on social media, especially like as all of these celebrities are kind of starting to jump on the, politics.
So I mean, I hope we see in the ploy, right? We started it off with Sonya Massey, right? RIP to her. But then out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying, Biden drops out. What a convenience that they want to bring up the bill that Kamala Harris co-signs, the bill for police reform and all this, around the same time that Sonya Massey's killed. So we see this targeted audience, you know what I mean? So, bro, follow up.
Bandwagon, even celebrities who aren't from the U.S., like Charlie XCX.
Yeah, because Kamala is brat. And I feel like, and people are probably thinking like, yeah, like she might be a meme, but memes don't win elections. And I'm like, well, for Gen Z, they might. I mean, I think something as simple as her being so likable and so funny and her relating to them on a certain level, her quoting padam, 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 padam.
Yeah.
Like, for like some people, like that's enough. They feel seen. And I know there was a study recently that came out that said Gen Z-ers don't feel a part of the conversation. I know they said Gen Z makes up 9% of the total eligible voters in the U.S. now, and I believe back in 2020, 65% of them voted for Biden. So, I mean, they do have some pull there, and I feel like people should start, including them in the conversation, especially like when it comes to debates and stuff. They're like, I don't know what they're debating about. I don't care what they're debating about. I need to hear about stuff that impacts me. So I feel like she knows that, and I feel like she's trying to appeal to that, and I feel like that's really smart if she wants to win.
Yeah, I'm excited to see like where the support's going to come from. Like you had mentioned, like just in one day raising $81 million. That's a huge amount of money. I mean, that's like so much money that's going to be able to help her campaign out. So I'm just interested to see how it's going to end up unfolding over the next few weeks or so, and just to see like what happens,
Absolutely. And I think something else that, is very much should be part of this conversation, another survey kind of came out and said that Gen Z voters are more likely to be LGBTQ than to be Republican. And that's a huge kind of aspect of this to consider too, because in the past, Kamala Harris and the Biden administration has been more of like an ally to the queer community in the United States than Trump and the Trump administration when he was in office. So yeah, I'm just interested to see kind of how this continues. But as of now, I don't know about y'all, but my social media has been flooded with so many people around our age just kind of being excited for what feels like the first time in a long time to have conversations about politics and being excited to actually go out and vote. So I for one, am really excited.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what happens. And like you said, yeah, they definitely have been seeing a lot of people excited. Hopefully on the Culture Report, we'll be bringing some political experts, analysts. We're trying to make this happen.
Break it down a little bit.
The things that you guys care about, the stuff that we care about, things that we're confused about, because politics can be confusing, but it doesn't need to be.
All right, so y'all heard that, right? That they, appeal to the LGBTQ, right? And Gen Z voters. Get back to it. Anybody anything to say about that video or nah? We good. All right, moving on.
What I'd really appreciate is to have some clue as to whether it's going to be a new, moderate Kamala Harris that would become president if she wins, or it's going to be going back to the old hard left one that was rated the most liberal.
Yeah, at the end of the day, she will default to the liberal nut job that she is. But in the interim, she will tell you whatever you want to hear. If you want her to be that moderate, tough on crime, strong on the border Democrat, well, she'll be that to you. If you want to hear the progressive, crazy, leftist, environmental whack job, she'll be that to you. She will be whomever you need her to be between now and Election Day to get power. It's all about power to her. It's about winning and power. She'll say and do whatever she needs to say in the interim.
Well, I'm all agog as to who will win the election. Is it Donald Trump? Is it Kamala Harris, the moderate, or is it Kamala Harris, the far left candidate? It could be any one of those three. Sean Spicer, thank you so much for your time.
You bet, Andrew.
All right, so he had this brother, he called her a liberal nut job, right? So we're going to read the script real quick. We'll get rid of that real quick. Anybody want to read this? I got pulled up Isaiah 32. We're getting out the KJV though. Let's see, Isaiah 32 out the KJV. We're reading 1 through 8. Anybody want to read this?
Yeah, I'll read it.
All right.
Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, princes shall rule in judgment, and the man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and the covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And the eyes of them that see shall not be dim, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken.
Right.
The heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge, and the tongue of the stammers shall be ready to speak plainly. The vile person shall be no more called liberal.
The vile person, right?
Mm-hmm. The churl said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainly. and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Most High, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. The instruments also of the curl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speak is right. That's what you got going on, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But the liberal deviseth liberal things, and by liberal things shall he stand. Women of Jerusalem.
Man,
Right,
so that
right.
uh,
Go ahead.
no, you want to read out something? He's just stopping at 8.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so like he said, he called Kamala a nut job liberal. You know what I'm saying? And for freedom, the vile person shall no more be called liberal. And we just read that, what's that 8? But the liberal devises liberal thing. Okay, 7. The instruments also of the troll are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. But the liberal devises liberal things. So we're gonna get that understanding of why he called her a wicked, a nut job, liberal nut job, right? Well, it's all the stuff that she stands for. Let's get that definition of vile, right? Because the vile person so no longer be called liberal, vile, right? So y'all see this right here, similar things of vile, and we'll point out some of the definitions like foul, nasty, unpleasant, disagreeable, right? Like a lot of stuff, we don't disagree with. Abominable, right? What Kamala Harris push? Abomination, love who you love, right? Wicked, evil, dark, corrupt, and offensive, man, right? And we're gonna deal with some of these offenses, right? So let's get it real quick.
How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing? If y'all don't know me, I go by the name of Quavo. Born and raised in the north side of Atlanta, home of the Migos. This city has always been home to me, from playing in the streets and, nurturing me and teaching me how to be the man I am standing before you. So, one of these issues that I care about is resolving the gun violence issue. And you can't understand the struggles of gun violence if you're not in the field or in the heart of it. So one thing I learned about working with Vice President Harris is she always stand on business. From inviting me, what's up, mama? From inviting me to the White House last year to discuss these solutions to passing the biggest gun safety laws to date. So it's only right in the birthplace of the culture. It's also the same place to launch the first African-American woman to run for president. Yeah, we changing the culture again. So if you never voted before, make sure you get out and vote right now, because it's the real one. And in the words of my brother Takeoff, let me get a Kamala. I'm gonna hand it over to Tyler the Green. Let him talk about his vote and introduce the next president of the United States of America. Yes, sir!
All right, y'all. Now we know Kamala Harris ain't no black girl. You know what I'm saying? Wicked, and we know Quavo, man. He knows she ain't black. She knows that.
Thing is, she get him to talk about gun violence and stuff. And he probably pushed that in his music. I don't even listen to that type of music though, but he probably pushed that in his music. It's crazy.
Yep. But we know how Quavo get down. We know he with that Illuminati and that whole New World Order movement. If you ask me, he sacrificed his brother Takeoff. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it then. Where we at with it? Let's get this video right here. Like he said, the first African American woman.
It is my true distinct pleasure to introduce the first senator, and I'm not going to say this, the first senator of Indian American heritage in the history of U.S. Senate.
So it's been a really long week. And I'm really glad to be here. But I want to thank you, and my Chitti is here, my mother's youngest sister, Chinni Mahalakshmi Subhash is here, and I want to thank her. She flew in from Toronto to be with us this evening. Please, Chitti, will you wave?
I have been president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln.
President Johnson, who signed the voting rights. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no. I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much, and she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. She was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black. It's to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always identified as a black woman.
I respect either one. I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear.
Just
to be clear.
I can play the advocate.
The former president's comments yesterday to the National Association of Black Journalists, where he said that Vice President.
We had the conversation about it on the phone, but I can play the advocate one time.
What's that? What's that?
Scroll back. Scroll back to the birth certificate.
Let's get it.
And it's just playing the advocate, because I don't really care. What that say?
There you go.
Pause that. What that say? Name of father, Donald Jasper Harris. Color, race, or descent. What that say?
Jamaican.
I thought we got what our father is.
Yeah, but Jamaican don't make you black or Negro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like them Indians, they could be born here in America. Like it could be Indian, and you could have a kid in America. They can probably put American, but that don't change that person is an Indian person. You know what I mean? So her dad is nothing but go ahead, Op.
So basically, saying her daddy is Indian, he was just born in Jamaica.
Yeah, exactly. That is an Indian. We can look. Let's look him up. Let's look him up real quick so we can pull him up.
Okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying? Cause we talk about like you got a lot of Indians that moved to Guyana. They be talking like like they from the islands. Like man, I'm from Guyana, but they be Indian. But it's like you Indian though. Let's see. Kamala.
I thought he was mixed anyway.
No, her daddy do look Indian. I ain't gonna lie, but some people gonna look at that and they be like, say her daddy Jamaican. So is she black?
He don't look like no brother, man.
He say he don't look like no brother, man.
That's a straight Indian right there. Look at him, huh?
Photo of mine. He like not. He look like what's that dude that
he can pass as a black man. He can pass as one.
He can pass. That's how they use Elijah Muhammad. But so can Farrakhan. Farrakhan can pass as a black man too, but Farrakhan daddy white.
That's who we said he looked like, Elijah Muhammad. That's who we said he looked like. Okay.
Yeah, like Elijah Muhammad. But yeah, this dude is straight Indian. Look at him back in the days.
Oh, back in the day though, hold on. He got a nice little fro out compared to that Indian woman here. That look real,
Yeah, but that don't look like no nappy fro out. They don't like that don't look that good.
He got him an Indian woman for sure though.
See what he mixed with. He might be mixed with Jamaican and Indian. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I'm saying.
But that's what I told y'all man on the phone. I said we had to get the lineage of his daddy. I said let's get the lineage of his daddy. Of his parents, and let's see that. We get the lineage of his parents, and we can get some understanding. Because again,
I just wanna correct something real fast. They would be considered Native Americans. Indians are from the land of India. Columbus thought he was in India when he landed in America. That's why he called them Indians, but they're called Native Americans.
No.
When we talk about India, we talking about people from India.
The red dot. Talking about the red dot ones.
Okay.
There's father.
Red dot on your forehead. You got a red dot on your forehead.
Yeah. So it's American.
They got a lot of witchcraft going on over there. American Jamaican.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's his name. He is Harris. How come she ain't going by
hey, you already know that. All them women that play in politics is about being strong. You feel me? So we know why she don't go by her husband's last name, right? And he's a Gentile.
This is it looks like this is Kamala Harris' dad right here. Oscar Joseph Harris. This is the father of Kamala Harris. This is Kamala Harris' father right here, bro.
Her grandpa?
Yeah, her grandfather, yeah. Right here.
Oh man.
We gotta do we gotta do some fact checking on that. Hey, you gotta give me another witness on that.
It's right here, Oscar Joseph Brown Harris. This is him.
Just type in Carmelo grandpa.
I already did. Look. He's on this dude parents. Joseph.
I don't
Harris,
want to believe.
Children. Donald J. Harris. Yeah, bro. That's
Let's see the mama then. Let's see the mama. That's all I'm saying. Let's see the mama then. But we gotta see how we got here. Cause that's straight. That's straight Gentile. We gotta see how we got here.
Look,
we gotta see how we got here.
Read the screen. Grandchildren. Kamala Harris, Donald J. Harris. That's what I'm saying. I just pulled them up.
So
that's the dad.
so
Wait,
the
look at
grandmama.
that's the daddy scene.
Okay, let's just see the grandmama. We just want to see how we got here to get Donald J. Harris. That's it.
I don't know who his mama is.
If that's
Hey, just
Samala,
just type in Donald J. Harris' wife. Just type that in.
Let me see. Donald
Or,
J. Well, this is
not
yeah,
mom,
his mother.
Mom.
Right here.
Oh, that's where we getting it from. Then I was like, we got to see where we getting this melanin from. Mike. That's it.
That's it right there. That's it right there. And she.
Oh, that's where we getting the melanin from. Then, so that might be a daddy. I just had to see where we getting the melanin from. Like straight up.
Yeah. So she a straight Gentile.
No, she the Jamaican. She the real Jamaican. She the real Jamaican.
We seen the daddy. But we seen the daddy. What was the daddy name again? Joseph Alexander. What? Who this dude?
See, that's what the great daddy. He was dead in 1909. He said he was dead in 1909. The big one, Oscar Joseph Harris.
Yeah, Oscar Joseph Harris. There we go. Children. So this is the great. This is the this is Kamala Harris's grandfather's grandfather, something like that, man. Yeah, it's this dude right here, Joseph Alexander Harris. Look at this man. And then he had a son. Oscar. Look, Oscar. That's the children. That's his son. And we got the picture. And this is him. Right here, look, family tree. You see Kamala Harris' dad right here. That's his dad.
Like I said, I just want to see what we're getting the melanin from. That's why I said, let's go see the mamas.
Okay, so yeah.
We see the mamas in
Look, long story short, we just proved that Kamala Harris is not like us,
Yeah, she ain't not. It is what it is. That don't mean put a Trump hat on. That's not what that means.
We might have to check your lineage, Jamel.
Yeah.
We have to see what's going on back there. You got on that Trump hat. You have to see how far, you know what I'm saying? Everybody muted. Let's see. We all at? They kick Yamil out?
Hey.
They must have kicked him out.
Hey, he came with that hat. He had to go. I pressed the kick on him like onward. I pressed the kick.
Yeah. All right. That was crazy right there.
Yeah, he went all out. He went
out. And that's why he was excited about
that. That's why he was excited. That's why he was excited.
Yeah. He was excited.
Yeah. Like, let me see what these brothers about to say about this.
Right. I'm going to pause the recording.
You let the people know.
Okay.
Wow, that's so you saying they kicked us out after we exposed the lineage?
Lineage, man. They were like, man, what's that? And that's when Shag was like, we got to check your lineage. See what's going on with that MAGA hat.
Man, brother. Yeah.
We still ain't see that front yard, and we gotta check that lineage.
Yeah, we gotta do a background check on this brother. And you still talking about GOCC? We gonna have to check him out. We have to see what's going on.
Hey, y'all can see my screen and stuff. We good?
Yeah, we good.
If I ever disappear again, make sure you give me another call, man. 'Cause obviously they watching me out. They watching me out. You know what I'm saying?
They gotta
Brothers
see
breaking
what
it
you
out.
doing over there. You got the MAGA
Hey,
hat
brothers
and the
breaking it out,
lineage.
Fact checkers. Let's get back to it, man. Okay, I was wondering why brothers ain't say nothing too. I had paused the video. But did y'all hear when I was talking about how that's why it's important that we know who we are?
No.
Wow. Y'all was waiting in there for man, y'all was in there for a minute waiting there, man. At least 3 minutes. I watched like 3 minutes of the video. That's crazy. Let's get back to it, y'all. We got a lot to cover.
Our president's comments yesterday to the National Association of Black Journalists, where he said that Vice President Harris is, quote, all of this.
Yeah.
Brothers.
But in black. As a father of 3 biracial children, did those comments give you pause at all?
They don't give me pause at all. Look, all he said is that Kamala Harris is a chameleon. She goes to Georgia 2 days ago. She was raised in Canada. She puts on a fake Southern accent. She is everything to everybody, and she pretends to be somebody different depending on which audience she's in front of. I think it's totally reasonable for the president to call that out, and that's all he did. I mean, look, she's running as a tough-on-crime prosecutor, even though she implemented open border policies. She's saying that she wants to support the police, yet she wanted to defund the police just 3 years ago. It's totally reasonable to call out the fact that she pretends to be somebody different depending on the audience she's talking to.
But I mean, what we know in particular when you're talking about the South Asian community, we're talking about the Indian community more specifically, it is a growing community in the United States in terms of its voting bloc, in terms of its participation, and I think the party knows that and knows that this is part of our collective community, and there needs to be outreach and inclusion.
And certainly you could become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Knock wood.
And what I brought up the point earlier was basically like, that's why it's important for us to know who we are. You know what I'm saying? Because black, anybody can say they're black, right? That's not lineage. That's not, descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's why it's important for our people to get that understanding, because if we don't understand who we are, right? Because we know that knowledge was taken from us, but that's why they're able to come in here and have people like Kamala Harris claiming to be a so-called black person. You know what I'm saying? Like I told the story about like how I had a sister at my job, and I walked up to her and I told her, I was like, after who she was voting for and everything, she was with Kamala. I said, you think Kamala's a black woman? And she told me yes. Now this is coming from a black woman, right? Israelite, one of our sisters. And she said yes, that Kamala's black. I showed her the video that Kamala's Indian. And then she said she looked at me and she said, well, she got black skin. You know what I'm saying? Also, that's just like that's the ignorance of the thing. That's why we don't know who we are. So our sister's going all based off of skin color, but that don't mean you're the same people, right?
Right. That's why they can say you're African American, but so there's many different Africans, that got our skin color that ain't us. You know what I'm saying? So.
And I think that's how they was able to trick us too, talking about, well, you guys sold each other into slavery. Then we found out it was actually the real, like the Hamitic Africans that sold our ancestors into slavery. You know what I'm saying? But for example, we deal with Egypt and how our people were slaves in Egypt, right? Moses wasn't Egyptian, he was a Hebrew, but we kind of look like them. You know what I mean? So all skin folk ain't kinfolk. All skin folk ain't kinfolk, man.
Right.
But if you don't understand, so if we don't understand that, then they're able to come here and confuse us, right? Let's do it.
Harris, Attorney General.
Kamala Harris, California's Attorney General, has also made history, becoming the first Indian American woman to be elected to the U.S. Senate. Harris has entered the Senate race after Barbara Boxer announced her intention to retire. The Democrat became an early frontrunner in a crowded primary field. She was born in Oakland, California, is the daughter of an Indian mother who emigrated from Chennai in 1960 and a Jamaican American father.
Black woman.
Okay, that's fine. I agree with that. I agree with that. But is she African American? No. But is she African American? There's a difference. There's nothing wrong with that. No one is trying to take anything away from her.
Let's go down into her lineage.
I think you're falling. I think you're falling into the trap of that. All she had to do was say, "I am black, but I'm not African American." That's it.
I'm not falling in a trap. I'm not falling in. Let me finish. Hold on. I'm not falling into a trap by that. When she goes down her lineage, many Africans landed in Jamaica and all these other Caribbean islands. So she could indeed
Jamaica's
be
not America.
African mixed with others. But she is
Jamaica's not America.
But she is a black woman. She was born
did not
here.
Come out of Jim Crow.
Okay, well, let's go into Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz was born in Canada.
I'm not talking about Ted Cruz. This is not about Ted Cruz. You're changing the subject.
But you know what? We cannot. It was hypocrisy. I'm not changing the subject.
Yes, you are.
She's a black woman. I don't know what you want.
Cruz.
Okay.
Indian Americans for 16, please. The daughter of Indian and Jamaican immigrants, she was elected to replace Barbara Boxer in the Senate in 2016. Andrew? It was Harris. Kamala Harris, yes. Indian Americans 2000.
Okay, so what we're gonna cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because you are Indian.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, you know Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like the thing we're so excited about to have you running for president.
Yeah.
So we're both Indian, but actually we're both South Indian.
Yes. You look like the entire one half of my family.
Okay, thank you.
You do.
I've been telling people we're related already, so this is perfect. It's basically true.
My mother, who raised me and my sister, was a proud woman. She was a brown woman. She was a woman with a heavy accent.
And her mother, Shamla Gopalan, was also the biggest influence in Kamala Harris's life.
The answer is absolutely yes, Joe.
After the big announcement, Harris's sister wrote in a Twitter post, "You can't know who Kamala Harris is without knowing who our mother was." In 1958, a precocious 19-year-old Indian, Gopalan traveled thousands of miles from her home and family to pursue a doctorate in nutrition and endocrinology in America. She soon became an active civil rights crusader while studying at UC Berkeley.
But once she went there, she almost felt free. And she took...
This is Kamala Harris' uncle.
That's her uncle?
That's her uncle. Look, Kamala Harris' uncle. Dr. Copeland Balekalam. Kamala Harris' uncle. That ain't no brother.
Nah, that ain't no brother. He's far from it.
So Uncle
Part in politics. She used to bring a whole series of literature, leftist literature from Karl Popper's,
let's be fair. It might be her uncle or her mother's side, probably. You know what I'm saying?
He was a great philosopher.
In her book, Harris says, "There is no title or honor on earth I'll treasure more than to say I am Shamla Gopalan Harris's daughter." Harris's visits to India with her mother kept her connected to her roots. Her grandfather, who had strong views on humanitarian issues,
Look, these are straight Indian dudes, man. Look at them.
More than to say I am Shamla Gopalan Harris's daughter. Harris's visits to...
Come on, that. I don't see no Negro in there, man.
India with her mother kept her connected to her roots.
What you say, up?
Well, she one got a perm now she's black. Or
she didn't even have to get a perm, up.
Right.
She ain't even have to get a perm. That's her hair.
Her grandfather, who had strong views on humanitarian issues, worked closely with officials to reallocate refugees. Their conversations had a strong influence on her.
Main reason those walks along the beach in India really planted something in my mind and created a commitment in me before I even realized it. That has led me to where I am today.
Harris's maternal uncle, Gopalan Balachandran, who lives in Delhi, tells us how the senator turns to her amma, which means mother in Tamil, for guidance even after her death.
I don't have to tell her, make mother proud. She said, what are you telling?
Whoa, so wait, even after her death? That's what she set up?
Everything
Y'all still there?
Yeah.
Hold on.
that I do, I ask.
How the senator turns to her amma, which means mother in Tamil, for guidance even after her death.
That means she praying to the dead. You heard that? You heard that, right?
I heard most of it. My bad.
Oh, you
Shaq,
sleep?
where you at? Nah, I was listening.
Let's see. Sound like she said he's turned to a Oma even after her death.
You don't have to tell her, make your mother proud. She said, what are you telling me? Everything that I do, I ask myself, would Amma approve of this?
Kamla in Hindi means lotus flower and is an important symbol in Indian culture, rooted deep in the bottom of the river. Very similar to Harris's Indian identity, which she wears on her sleeve. There's no doubt that the primary source of learning for Senator Harris was from her mother's experiences and the conversations that she had with her maternal grandfather when she visited India, which was very often accompanying her mother, or when the grandparents would visit them in America.
I stand before you as the first candidate for Vice President of the United States of South Asian descent.
Our dear friend will be the first Indian American vice president in the history of the United States of America, Kamala Harris.
As many of you know,
Joe Biden didn't introduce her as a black woman. Y'all saw that, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
generations of my family come from India. My mother was born and raised in India, and I have family members who live in India today.
Asian Americans are the fastest growing population here in North Carolina, and among that, Indian Americans are driving a lot of that growth right here in the Triangle, drawn to the tech, science, and medical fields. Now, some are hoping to see Kamala Harris make history as the first South Asian in the highest office in the country.
Senator Kamala Harris will be the first person of Indian.
And you see how they point out that South Asian, like Giandri was talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be the low class of the caste system of people.
Heritage to be nominated for vice president on a major party ticket.
The first Indian American woman to be nominated as a vice presidential candidate in America.
All right, Vivek, I want to give you a chance to react to that. No doubt it's going to get attention. It already is.
Yeah, so look, on a very personal level, my parents were immigrants to this country, legal immigrants from southern India. Very same part of India that her mother also immigrated from. I think it's a hard fact, Martha, it's just a fact, whether you like it or not, that many Indian Americans in the United States are indeed somewhat offended by the way Kamala has suddenly cast aside the Indian American side of her identity. She leaned into it when she ran for office in California. Big Asian American and Indian American population. So she wore that when it was convenient. She's wearing a different identity now when it's politically convenient on a national stage. Personally, I don't think we should be relying on these ethnic identities at all. We're actually American. And the problem is when you're Kamala Harris and you actually do lean into your identity politics, then you open the door to that type of criticism. But if you ask me, that shouldn't be how this election is decided one way or another. It should be decided on our own identity as Americans and what our vision is for the future of the country. And the number one thing missing in Kamala Harris's candidacy is that she lacks that vision for the country. That's what we got to focus on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it with that. They got it, man. They got it with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what we got here.
Oh, yeah. She wasn't saying nothing about black until now, right? Now it's time for
Yeah,
me
man.
to vote for. Democrats want to get her in. Hey, just say you black.
I think there are many whites. I think there are many whites who act friendly toward Negroes. A fox acts friendly. I think there are many whites who act friendly toward Negroes. A fox acts friendly toward the lamb. And usually the fox is the one who ends up with the lamb chop on his plate. The wolf doesn't act friendly, and therefore the wolf has more difficulty in getting the lamb chopped in his plate.
I'd like to point out, though, that
I say that because it is usually if you study the structure of the Negro community, economically, politically, civically, psychologically and otherwise. It's controlled by the white liberal, who usually poses as the friend of the Negro, who actually differs from the white conservative in the same way that the fox differs from the wolf. Their appetite is the same. Their motives are the same. It's only their mannerisms and methods that differ. I think there are many whites
So
That was good right there.
that fox,
who act friendly toward Negro.
so that fox would be Kamala Harris.
That was a good one right there.
Yeah. So the commentary on that is Kamala is the fox posing as a black woman, but says she won't do nothing for black people, and has people. And and then she got people like Megan Thee Stallion that performs for her at her rallies, right? And she's not. Who's Megan Thee Stallion? Why would you choose somebody like Megan Thee Stallion to represent you at a rally and not a respectable black woman? You know what I'm saying? So like Malcolm X said, you know what I'm saying? She posed as a friend of a Negro, but she's seeking to really destroy him, right? Like the fox and the wolf. Like you said, the Democrats, they straight tell you, or the Republicans straight tell you, look, we don't like you. And the Democrats supposed to pose as your friend. And that's what Kamala's doing, right? She's posing as a black woman, but doesn't want to do nothing for, like we just watched the video, everything is American. I was an Indian, and now you want to be black. And then when you come here and you be black, you got people like Meg Thee Stallion representing you. Anybody got something to say?
I think they told, I think it was Nancy Pelosi told her, he said, don't promise them nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. I mean, real lives see through this stuff. And they see
Straight
that.
up.
But it's just the few that still watch TV and the few that, just blind to the facts. They believe everything TV tell them. They like, they don't even want to hear it. That's why, you gotta look and find out who you is. That way you can come out of them political parties. Let them deal with their own stuff.
And the sad thing about it is, like, it seems like they've been doing this with our people for a long time. That even Malcolm X was hip to this. So hey, they didn't even change the script.
I know my ladies in the crowd love they body. Real hot, girl. And if you want the beat live, Lil Ju. Hey!
So I wanted to show that you see Megan up there twerking, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's how they get down.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see y'all out there twerking at the rally.
They are appealing to the ignorant folks. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
It's that America needs a WAP.
Those two moderators tried to sink Donald Trump tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I think if there's one thing we learned tonight, it's that America needs a WAP. Woman as president. We're about to make history with the first female president. The first black female president. Let's get this done, hotties. Hotties for Harris. I think if there's
Hotties for Harris.
She said the first black female president, right?
Megan Thee Stallion will join Vice President Kamala Harris during a rally in Atlanta today.
Okay.
So she'll appear for a special performance as
Whoa, twerking? The GOP gonna eat this up. It's gonna get the Christians to vote now. You're gonna see Megan Thee Stallion's booty cheeks are jingling.
That's a fact.
And Christians are gonna clutch their pearls and vote the other way.
Is this a
Meg,
good
don't
look?
clean it up either, man. You got to go out there and do you.
Do your dance.
Is this a good look?
Yes.
Is this a good look? We don't know.
Because you're going
a good look for whom?
for Kamala to have Megan in a bodysuit talking
Are you body shaming,
is
Shawnee?
she-
Yo, man,
no,
Shawnee, what's
I'm not
happening?
body shaming. I'm saying,
Shawnee,
is
I
it a
hear
good
you.
Wait,
You're being
wait.
reasonable.
A woman can't get on stage and do what she wants with her own body to get a to root for a president.
Shawnee, don't get trolled. Don't get trolled.
twisting it. You're twisting it.
No, I'm asking. It was a serious question.
I'm saying for Kamala to have Megan come out and perform in her bodysuit talking about the content that she does.
And who would this offend?
I'm just saying, would it benefit? Not necessarily offend.
Well, I think it would benefit it seems like it would benefit young voters at this point, which I think the Democrats clearly are making a pitch and a move for to bring in young.
You got it up.
You know how they put Megan Thee Stallion out there, and they want the hotties for, and these the same ones that's just out there running rampant, having babies, and then they promote that. Planned Parenthood. Hey, we'll kill that baby if you want us to. You know what I'm saying? But it's that same audience. It goes right back. It's like a circle. We're gonna appeal to them. That way, all the thoughts that's out there having babies by different men can start aborting some of them. You know what I'm saying? That way we can give them back and forth so we can research.
Like that video that we showed earlier with with the young folks. They said that she's trying to appeal to the Gen Z audience, right? The young folks, like you know what I mean. And then the black crowd that she's really trying to appeal to is, remember, Black Lives Matter turned to LGBTQ. So like you saying, like they trying to appeal to the lost generation, really, to the lost generation, right? Love who you love, kill your babies, do as thou will, That's Kamala Harris' audience. It's these young, do as thou will audience, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Active.
So like you said, like the Fox, right? They'll pose as your friend, but they all for your destruction, man. They're all for your destruction. Cause what's the end game? Right? I'm appealing to this audience. I got the migrants here, like you know what I'm saying? Like we said, out the sinking ship, and they just jumping off. They sinking the ship.
Voters. So I think that's clearly what this is. Now, the real question is, do you think it will upset more established, older voters? Is I think what you're asking.
Yeah, it might. It could be frowned upon, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, let's see what the performance looks like. Let's see what the message is. But Megan has been very open about supporting women's rights, so I feel like it aligns. And she's ready to, really support Kamala. So,
Shawnee, I got news for you.
Yes, sir.
They don't give a damn what our old asses think. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, I'm just,
This is Kamala and women and more women, and basically them saying support women.
Get it,
because women.
Get it, girl.
And we about to do women stuff. And y'all gonna support.
Well, not all women stuff is the same though, and not all women have the same approach.
We're about to do.
There's some other women out here.
Right. Well, but by the way, you don't know what you don't know which Meg is going to show up to.
She's,
as in righteous women, right? There's righteous women out there. They don't want to choose that. Right? You're gonna show a positive woman.
Talking or she's performing?
Yeah.
Laura said the word performance.
Yes. According to Rolling Stone, she's performing. So let's see. It's a special performance.
This is how she's going to introduce Kamala like this. Here's the vice president. Oh, great. Perfect.
Yo. Oh my God, this thing, my phone be slowing down on me. All right, hold on. Okay, here we go.
I just told you a little while.
So our brother Malcolm X talked about this also. So no, this ain't nothing new. Let's see. I guess this video don't want to turn. Hold on, y'all. All right. Can't turn this
A
video.
little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
Yeah,
And that's straight up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we seeing with Kamala and Quavo just now, right? They know good as well she ain't no black woman, but they're going to push that narrative for her, right? Because they're puppets. Anybody want to read this Proverbs? Proverbs. First we got Deuteronomy 28:37. I could read this. This is one verse. Said, thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations. Oh, that's in the KJV. I had to get that thing out the scripts right here. Here we go. And this is what we see right here. 28 verse 37 out the scriptures. I want to get out the scriptures. All right, whatever. Let me get down here. And it says, thus you shall become an astonishment, a proverb, and a mockery among all the people to which Yahuwah tries you. You know what I mean? A mockery, and that's why she got people like Megan Thee Stallion performing at her at her rallies, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why they do that, because they know, it's just like it all goes back to that Jim Crow stuff. How they used to, like back in the day when music and stuff was coming out, it was together. And then, you listen to Public Enemy. Everybody was fighting for the community. Then you come out with NWA. Now everybody fighting, gangs and stuff. Then Barack Obama come out. They started talking about gay stuff. Now a lot of people gay. It's that programming that we so used to, and we still fall for it to this day. And the good thing is a lot of people waking up and they ain't letting this stuff happen like it used to. There's too much information out there. The Most High said, in the end times, knowledge gonna increase. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge is increasing. A lot of people ain't dealing with this no more because knowledge is increased. But it's still some that's still lost.
They're still falling victim of it, yeah. And that's what they're doing. They're just trying to get the ones that they could get right now. And honestly, it's a lot of people that they getting right now. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
It's still working out here, man.
It's still working. That's why they're still using it.
Right. And that's this. I'm glad everybody want to read this Proverbs. This is exactly what we're talking about. That's why we reading this Proverbs right here. We're reading 20 through 33.
Okay. I hit it.
You got it up.
20 through 33.
Yeah, 20 through 33. Proverbs 1.
Wisdom calls aloud outside. She raises her voice in the broad places. At the head of the noisy street, she cries out. At the opening of the gates in the city, she speaks her words. How long, you simple ones, would you love simplicity?
Right.
Is the scoffing delight in their scoffing? Fools hate knowledge?
Yeah, hey, I gotta say, Malcolm X, man, we just watched 2 videos of Malcolm X talking about how they move, and guess what? They still moving the same way to this day. How long, when you simple ones, would you love simplicity, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, our people are still falling for the same tricks that even Malcolm X seen during his day,
Right.
and they still playing the game on us. So how you
And
think they feel about us?
that's why they push. That's why they push Martin Luther King, you know, and not Malcolm X. You know, we need the love and love. We don't need that. We don't need that man's truth, that strong man's truth. Give us Martin Luther King. He has a dream.
That's a fact.
That's how Shaggy said. He has a dream.
look. Hey, Shag. Hey, Malcolm X drunk soda. Martin Luther King drunk pop.
For sure, For sure,
Man.
You know I had
Y'all
to get one.
crazy. You know that ain't true.
That sound about right. That sound about right. Straight up.
You know it do. You know it do.
He was sipping. He was sipping on that pop. He had a dream, man. Sipping on that pop.
Hey, that's that Trump doctrine.
Oh no.
No, I'm playing.
You got it, Shag. Oh, praise.
Verse 23. Turn at my reproof. See, I pour out my spirit on you. I make my words known to you. Because I called and you refused, I have stretched out my hand and no one inclined. And you spurned all my counsel and would not yield to my reproof. Let me also laugh at your calamity. Mark, when your dread comes. When your dread comes like a storm and your calamity comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, let them then call on me, but I answer not. Let them seek me, but not find me. This still wisdom, right?
You're right. And I want to say this too, man. Like we just talked about. You know what I mean? These people they want to trust in Kamala Harris, right? Like we said, in due time, he's gonna set over the king. So y'all want to sit here and chase behind Kamala or Trump, right? And not seek the Most High. Like he said, like the fox and the wolf, at the end of the day, the fox and the wolf seek to destroy. And you know what I mean? So we see the game, man.
So they
you got it.
So they voting their own demise, just like they did in 2020 with the you know, that's why people now they oh God, please help me pay my rent. Or help me buy groceries. Because I voted for these people to come in and destroy everything. How long will you simple ones love simplicity?
Love simplicity. Straight up, Pop.
If your calamity comes, I'm going to laugh at you. When the migrants come, you know, eating the
take your job
in front of your house, eating the cat in front of your crib, then you want to cry out to the Most High. Something need to happen. But like till it come to your front door, you're gonna keep your eyes closed and vote your own demise.
Come on now. Yeah, you got it, Shad.
Okay. Let me read 28 again. Let them then call on me, but I answer not. Let them see but not find me. Because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahoo.
Right, straight up.
Man. Hated knowledge. Man, the Most High don't like abortion, but they hate it, right?
Right.
This,
They hate it.
this technology comes from the fallen angel. You know what I'm saying? We can read about the Most High not want the fetus in the womb to be killed, but the fallen angels showed the people how to do it. You know, all these wicked schemes that man has come up with, you know, come from the fallen angels. You know, and they push that.
Same-sex marriage, that wickedness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Love on love. When they talk about love who you love, they talking about boy and girl and girl, man. And this is what and we're talking about Kamala right now, and this is what she's all about. Like we heard Gen Z already told you that the Biden and Harris committee, whatever they call them, but that they appeal more to the LGBTQ, that they made them allies, right? Come on, man. Y'all know what she represents. Y'all know how she getting down. Woman over man, right? That's out of order, man. You got it, Shy. It's crazy, man.
Verse 30. They did not accept my counsel.
Right.
They despised all my reproof.
All my reproof, man. Man, everything the Most High says don't do, this is what this country is telling you to do.
Right.
You got it.
And the bad part about it is that, like, you know, we say we shouldn't vote Democrat or Republican or none of that. But we clearly see like the Democrats just steady pushing Satan agenda. Everything that come out of that party is demonic, it seems like. You know, that's why, you know, I wouldn't endorse Trump, but I sure would say don't vote for that dang on Kamala Harris. I sure say that.
Straight up. Because she, like he said in the video, like he said, she's the face of the globalists. She's the face of what, you know what I mean, what this political point, what the direction is. The direction is to bring in that rise of iniquity, do as thou will. And she's the face of do as thou will, You got it. Lawlessness, right? Lawlessness shall increase in the last days. She's the face of lawlessness, man.
Well, it's not a surprise, right? That's why it's not a surprise. 31.
So not.
Therefore, let them eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own counsel. Right? That's that strong delusion right there, right? Therefore, let them eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own counsel. Wisdom said, you despise all my reproof and did not accept my counsel. So, hey, do your thing, right? Do your thing. For the turning away of the simple kills them, and the complacency of fools destroy them. Right?
Straight up.
Whoever listens to me dwells safely and is at ease from the dread.
What do you say, Whoever do what?
Listens to me dwells safely.
Man, that's all we saying, man. Let them do what they do. Let us listen to the Most High.
Right, right. A soldier don't get get what they say, a soldier doesn't get caught up in the affairs of this world.
Right. Get involved in the affairs of this world. None of this matters.
Right.
What that Hebrews say, we aliens out here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna read that Hebrews for you one time.
Let me get to it,
yeah, let me get to it. Tell you exactly what we're speaking about.
That bro, I'm still here.
Yeah, you still here.
Okay. Yeah, but whoever listens to me dwells safely and is at ease from the dread of evil, man. All praises, man. Right? Trust in the Most High, right? In due time, he will set one over that is king, man. That is worthy, man.
Right.
All right, where we at? You said
Hebrews 11:13.
Wait, it's up here. Hebrews should be up here. Let me see. I say, oh, I was on the right direction. Hold on. Oh, wait, Hebrew, that New Testament right there. Hebrews.
Last one of Paul letter.
13. Here we go up.
Okay. It say, in belief, all these died, not having received the promise, but seeing them from a distance, welcomed and embraced them, and confessed that they were aliens and strangers on the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up.
I'm talking about that.
Hold on. That 14, you know what I'm saying?
For those who speak this way, make it clear that they seek a farther land.
A farther
right.
To Jerusalem, right?
Right.
Right.
For those, right. And you speak this way. How do you speak? You know what I mean? Against this wickedness, man. Right? Right? We don't get involved in this world, man. All praises, man.
Somebody watching the video like, yeah, y'all don't get involved in that world, but you got you a MAGA hat.
Hey, you might as well go ahead to 16, You might as
okay,
well
I was thinking that. I was thinking that too. Okay.
You might as well go to 16,
And yet, if they had indeed kept remembering that place from which they had come out, they would have had the chance to return.
Right.
But now they long for a better place, that is, a heavenly. Therefore, Elohim is not ashamed to be called their Elohim.
Their Elohim, right, Right, That's why we speak against this evilness, man. We ain't ashamed of the Most High.
Right. For he has prepared a city for them. That's that fatherland, right?
Man.
Right, Yeah, Oh, praises, man. All right, let's get to it.
Yeah, that was perfect. Perfect.
So how long will you simple one love simplicity, man? Yeah, here we go, right here. This is what
I guess the White House liked it so much, they decided to use it in an ad.
So what's on your mind?
Oh, Madam VP Harris, I'm worried about the election. Women's reproductive rights are on the line. Our Supreme Court is on the line. Our basic freedoms are being tested, Madam VP. I know you've been traveling across the country. What are you hearing?
Yeah, girl, I'm out here in these streets. And let me tell you, you're right, Taraji. There is so much at stake in this moment. The majority of us believe in freedom and equality. But these extremists, as they say, they're not like us.
Who's the extremists? We just read that. The one seeking that fatherland. So let's go.
They not.
There's a full-on attack on our fundamental freedoms. The freedom to vote.
Yep.
The freedom to love who you love. The freedom to be safe from gun violence. The freedom for a woman to make decisions about her own body, not having her government tell her what to do.
That was, as the kids would say, cringe.
That's wicked, man.
I thought she was gonna say that was cap. I thought she was gonna say, as the kids say, that was cap.
Yeah, that was. Hey, she was right though. It was cringe. You know, it was cringe, hard to hear. You know, you just sit here talking about love who you love, abortion. That's what she runs, and gun violence, right? Taking away your guns, right? Let the migrants have guns, but let's take away your guns, right? What's that? We just read that earlier, but you know, she's one of those kings that destroys the people, man. We read that in that Sirach earlier. I'm just saying. An unrighteous king, right? I think that's what it said. An unwise king destroyeth his people, right? That's what it said, right? We're going to take away your guns, but bring in all millions of migrants that don't deal with you. And then we're going to say the love who you love. Go ahead,
I just can't keep doing this, man. You know, These are Israelites, man. According to this 12 tribe chart, these are not. According to the 12 tribe chart, these are not migrants. They are Israelites.
So you said Issachar and Benjamin that came to the land out?
Man, not even Benjamin. Issachar, I don't even know they 12 tribe chart, but these are migrants. These are not migrants. These are Israelites, man. So
Look, I'm gonna say that for another day.
What you mean? Hey, that's why I said I know you. You say you deal with that, so you gotta call. You gotta say they letting these Israelites come over here and eat cats. They letting these Israelites come over here and eat ducks. That's what you need to say.
You know what? We're gonna deal with it. But like we knew our people were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. But
Yeah,
these
but
Negroes,
I'm not talking about the scatter. I'm talking about according to the 12 tribe chart. These are Israelites that's eating ducks and eating cats and all that y'all spoke about today. Hey, just call it how it is according to the 12 tribe chart. Just call it how it is.
I think they said that. I think they said the Haitians are eating it. That's Israelite. That's Israel. You know, the Haitians are Israel.
Okay.
But,
and the ones eating the duck, that's Israel too, according to the chart. Come on. yeah. We got juice now, huh? Okay.
I'm trying to get back on topic. But look, man, unwise king destroys their people, man. You know, she's pushing love who you love. You know what I'm saying? If you pushing same sex anything, then you can't be pro-life because you can't get life out of that. You know what I'm saying? This is all about population control, right? An unwise king destroys his people, man. You pushing abortion. Why are you not trying to you know what I'm saying? Further your kingdom about more people here. You want to push abortion, love you who you love. That's population control. They're trying to destroy everything, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's how she runs her whole campaign.
I'm gonna stop playing the advocate. I'm gonna let you make it right now.
Technology, same sex, everything, and they pushed it on all of those countries.
There we go.
We are looking at fast forward on this point, the ultimate agenda that we are looking at that this enemy is pushing is depopulation. We have to get this through our mind. That way we can remove the emotion from it. Take the emotion out of it, look at it for what the purpose is. Just be logical about this. What type of government would encourage men being with men, women being with women, and remove the ability to procreate? What kind of government would inspire such a thought? Now, before anyone says, well, people who are same sex can still procreate. No, you can't. You cannot have sex and have a child. Knock it off. I'm not talking about artificial insemination. I'm not talking about any of that. No. I'm talking about literally a woman cannot get another woman pregnant. A man cannot get a man pregnant. A man does not have a womb. Let's knock it off. Let's be serious about this. What kind of government would encourage such a thing? A government that wants to get rid of you, but wants to get rid of you in a way where you will accept it and where you will volunteer to do it yourself. They don't want these people on the planet no more. These people, I'm talking about 3 to 4 billion human beings on the planet. They don't want. According to the National Security Study Memorandum 200 under Dr. Henry Kissinger.
Real quick, what did he say? A person to what?
What kind of government would encourage such a thing? A government that wants to get rid of you, but wants to get rid of you in a way where you will accept it and where you will volunteer to do it yourself.
A way where you would accept it, that's that Fox. Like he said, the Fox Pro, like they make themselves seem like they're a friend of the Negro, but at the end of the day, they trying to destroy you. And this is what Kamala's doing, right? She's a chameleon. So that's why we said we had to expose the Fox, Kamala Harris.
They don't want these people on the planet no more. These people, I'm talking about 3 to 4 billion human beings on the planet. They don't want. According to the National Security Study Memorandum 200 under Dr. Henry Kissinger, the 32nd Secretary of State under President Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford, he stated, quote, depopulation should be the highest priority of U.S. foreign policy towards the third world, end quote. But they had 13 foreign countries that they listed and said, these are the countries that we're going to push for our same-sex policy adoption, same-sex ideology, same-sex everything, and they pushed it on all of those countries, and then they started pushing it here domestically as well. They want to get rid of over 3 to 4 billion human beings on the planet. That's really the foundation of this thing, but too many people are caught up in the emotion of it.
When I hear about stuff like that, a lot of people say like the world's population could fit in Texas alone.
That
you know what
is
I mean?
a fact.
So how is there overpopulation in that sense?
It's a lot. Then they'll say resources, right? Because you have roughly 29 million useful square miles on the planet, right? 29 million square miles of useful land. Okay. If the majority of people can fit in Texas, the majority of people on the planet, literally, we're talking about the roughly 8 billion human beings. And if you ever driven through Texas, you know that's not too crazy to believe. Then the question becomes, are we really overpopulated? Hillary Clinton was saying overpopulation. Henry Kissinger, overpopulation. President Jimmy Carter with Global 2000, overpopulation. It was a lie, a damn lie. And they knew it was a lie, but they wanted to push that and then get.
So these are the globalists that Kamala Harris is the face of. And this is why she pushes their same agendas.
The people to be programmed to believing it so that the people can push it on each other, attack each other, same thing they did.
Oh, brother's still here? It's a chat.
Shots, boom, boom, boom. They start going in on each other. And then that's when you get everything from abortion to vasectomies, everything to prevent you from procreating. You sound crazy. You don't want your existence to live on? And you think that's a benefit to that? Who put that thought in your head and why? They want to get rid of the majority of people. Why at this point? Because the majority of people are no longer being controlled. Again, depopulation is the goal. That's what we have to look at. So when you're looking at the trans thing, the drag stuff, all that, you doing being half naked around children, what's wrong with you? You're a pedophile. You got these gay folks calling out just pedophiles because the pedophiles are using the gay movement like they did way back then. Again, you gotta go back to the enemy. Because if you get caught up looking at the people, then you're gonna be too busy arguing and fighting the people. And rightfully so to a degree. Some people you gotta be like, Pops, sit down. You can't be around my baby. Nope, not my child. Go over there. But the enemy is always the one puppeteering and controlling it. Satan is doing his job. I never thought I would see the day where the White House would have the LGBT flag hanging with the trans flag and all the other stuff, the child predator flag, all that right there in front of the White House. Make sure you put that up on the screen. Brother, I'm telling you now, when that happened, do you know the world is watching us? You know the world is watching America, right?
Yeah, they talking shit too.
Oh man, you know America has been the bully of the world for years. Been the bully, using her military might to oppress and suppress. You're talking about over 700 military bases that are currently occupying different nations all over the world, and they're looking like you're men or women, huh? Hey, look, y'all gotta look at it from a military perspective.
Yeah.
You're looking at these foreign nations who've been waiting for some get back. You invaded my nation, you killed my women, my children, you bombed us for no reason. So all your men now, they women, huh? Oh, so you're pushing not to make your men stronger, but to now say, hey, you can be a woman if you want, pushing the gay stuff, oh, okay. The number one priority is LGBT rights. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
They're looking and they are fortifying, they exercising, they're working out hard, they're training because they're waiting for that point where they are able to then become the big dog themselves. You're talking about China. You know about BRICS? These nations are not playing.
Yeah.
They're not playing. And they said, oh, wow, America, your priority is to have men chop off their penises and testicles. Wow. Good. Keep going.
Right.
Keep going. I don't know about y'all, but I'm cool with my masculinity. I'm gonna keep working out and exercising because now it's a war type of environment and atmosphere that's brewing. So while everybody's pushing sex this and trans this and blah, 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 emotion, I feel like this and all that, other nations is looking like y'all crazy. So we about to go ahead and get ready to be the big dog now. Uganda passed a law where they said if you identify as LGBTQ and all that, you going to jail. Now, a lot of folks that I've spoken to, a part of that community was like, man, Reese, that's wrong. You know, see what I'm saying? It's like, that's Africa. You're not going to go into the historical target of your colonizing ancestors to try to recolonize in a modern time, but dress it up as democracy. Why aren't you accepting the same sex? And they're like, what the hell is wrong with you? They're looking at you like, you do know your grandparents did that already. They came and forced homosexuality on us. You forced all that on us. You doing it again? Do you not read history? They pissed. Not only is it disrespectful, but you don't realize you're trying to get them to accept an ideology that ends with no procreation. So you want me to kill myself. This is what they're saying. You want me to kill myself, but you call it love? No, love is a procreative idea. Love doesn't mean life stops. That's not love. That's hate. So you want me to endorse hatred. Now, again, a lot of people in LGBT, we love y'all, so don't get it twisted. We love y'all, y'all family. You know, I got family who is a part of that, but they agree. They like, we ain't with all that. That's how you need to separate the difference. Is it the LGBT pushing it, or is the government pushing it through the LGBT? Right. And that's where people have to look at this whole situation. Because the majority of people in LGBT ain't with none of this stuff, but a vast majority. All these pride parades was a bunch of naked, old, nasty white men. for the majority, but naked running around children on the internet. It was showing. It was like every single one of them, city by city, state by state, majority old naked white men. Why? Because that is their culture. You can get mad if you're white and you man watching this, but that's your culture. Learn your history. Learn about pederasty, which what you call pedophilia now.
Right.
It's the ancient Greco-Roman art of man-boy loving, called pederasty. That came from Europe, and they brought it over here. See, again, it's a lot of.
It gets.
So that's really the still dealing with this ploy, but that's the end. That's the end of it. But now we're gonna look at the direction, the America that that they got in store. You know what I'm saying? The America that Kamala Harris is trying to build. So let's check it out. Brother still here, right? You still here?
Yeah.
All right.
This video is for you. It is imperative that we pay attention to what is going on in our schools. I got a permission slip recently from my daughter's school, and we live in a fairly conservative area next to Akron, Ohio. The permission slip was for her to attend health class. Mind you, she is in 5th grade. It had the syllabus on there and a link to show you what material she will be learning. I did some research, and you will be astounded, oh my gosh, blown away by what they are trying to teach my 5th grader. Watch this video. It is absolutely disgusting.
Yes, come on, yes, oh yes. Aha! What are you doing there? You've had enough for one day. You'll go blind. I'm coming! How many times is too many to masturbate in one day? Hashtag Ask-A-Maze! There's no limit on the number of times a person can masturbate each day. I have another question. Sometimes my penis stands up in the air, and it feels good when I touch it.
When your penis stands up, it's called an erection. Girls also have a private part that they may want to touch because it feels nice. The clitoris. It's okay.
Mind you, I'm reminding you, the video is for 5th graders. And we...
Hey, this is the American Kamala Harris
school, was it?
Yeah, this is what they teaching in school. This is what they teaching in school. This is the direction that this is where America's going, right? Modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, man.
On the right are saying that the left is trying to over-sexualize our children. This is exactly what we're talking about. And they want to gaslight us and pretend that it's not happening. In what world does a 5th grader need to learn how to masturbate? Now, this is just the beginning. They start in 5th grade and they work their way up. Here are just some of the videos that are on this Amaze website. I encourage you to go check them out yourself. This is not the only website that they will use to teach our children as well. The sad part is, in order to get federal funding, they have to do these programs.
When you're born, your sex is assigned in a medical way, but this
exactly in order to get federal funding, right? Like he said, is this LGBTQ or is this your government trying to push this stuff on you? An unwise king destroys his people, man.
Wow. The sad part is, in order to get federal funding, they have to do these programs.
When you're born, your sex is assigned in a medical way, but the sex listed on your birth certificate may not necessarily match your gender identity.
Gender identity is a person's inner experience of who they are in terms of gender, their deep personal sense of being male, female, a blend of both, or neither.
And while many people have a gender identity that's the same as their assigned birth sex of female or male, that's not always the case, because gender exists on a spectrum. Like transgender, which means a person whose gender identity is not consistent with their assigned birth sex. Non-binary, which means a person whose identity doesn't fall in the category of either male or female. And genderqueer or gender fluid, which means a person who does not identify themselves as having a specific gender at all.
Does gender identity have to do with being straight or gay?
Actually, no. Gender identity has to do with the way you feel about yourself. while sexual orientation is based on the way you feel toward others, the people.
Luckily, in Ohio, you can opt out. I don't know about other states. You'll have to dig into that further. I found on Ohio Protects Children a opt-out form. I'm going to show it right here for you. So this form I sent to my principal and assistant principal. They got back to me and said that my daughter will not be attending any health classes whatsoever. Now, mind you, I'll have to do this every single year, every single grade, but I don't mind. The only thing that sucks is I know that other students are going to attend this class, and maybe my daughter will ask them, well, what was the class about? So inevitably, I can't keep her from this because of the public school system. And this reason alone is why I am running for school board in Ohio this upcoming election. Parents, please, please pay attention to what is going on in our schools. If we are not aware, this will continue. Also, don't forget to share this with a friend. A lot of parents really don't know what's going on, and I don't blame you for that whatsoever, but after watching this video, you have to get informed. Thank you so much for watching. Stay informed.
That's crazy. That's why I homeschool his kids. You know, that's why I like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's a
I
good thing
agree.
to homeschool your kids, especially during these times, because you see what they finna grow up to be. Sodom and Gomorrah in the middle of the street.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Hey, can you guys send me that that last one that shows the the lady that is saying about the masturbation? Because I just
Yeah,
had
I
a
got you.
because I just had a see I'm already hearing this and I'm hearing I told my ex Naisa's mother, I said, you know they're teaching all this weird stuff in school and they're like, are you I asked them or I asked her, are you gonna teach the kids, you know what I mean, what it's supposed to be? She's gonna tell me, oh, I'm just gonna let the school teach them, or or my dad. And I'm like, okay. And so I really honestly I'm gonna have to make a decision for me and my daughter, where she's gonna go to school at and things like that. It's been on my mind, just because she just thinks it's not she's Israelite, but I'm gonna be honest, I'd be low key, she'd be wanting to be free, you feel me? And I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if she's still on that, and so I'm just gonna put the video on it. And if she doesn't say anything, I'm gonna ask her, send it to her, see if she says something, or maybe I'll just watch it. I'll just wait until she's here and watch it, because I gotta test her. And now that I'm thinking about this, I gotta test everybody that's around me, because I'm not LGBTQ. I've worked with transgenders in the past. I've asked questions. Um, and if she's upset, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna send her that. If she's upset, if she's, I'm gonna be like, yo, do you think this is cool? And if she thinks it's cool, or if she's like, oh, I agree with you, okay, boom. But then I'm just gonna ask her, do you support LGBTQ? And if she says yes, I'm gonna have to go a whole new route. I'm gonna have to get gangster, and I gotta get my daughter 100%. There's no.
Yeah, it's Sodom and Gomorrah. Like I said, it's a tough time right now. You know what I'm saying? Like this is where we at, and this is what Kamala represents. This is what she's the face of the globalists, and this is where they're trying to, you know what I mean? This is it. Modern day
And
Sodom and Gomorrah.
and now that you're talking about it, I would want to look into where Kamala's family is and what religion they practice, because a lot of those Indian gods are male and female.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. The Baphomet, right? That's
Right.
the Baphomet.
That's why they got a lot of strange kids that be having all them extra limbs and looking crazy, deformed over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the fallen
like
angels.
Little monsters. Like little monsters over there.
Yeah,
So here we go, y'all. Show y'all the future of America right here. Well, not even the future. This is where we at. Let's get it in.
Great checks. I think we got one.
It's voting season, bruh. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no fucking. BLK app looking for some action. Swear the homie Scott was heading.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that?
That's good. Hey, that's crazy.
That's what you told me you was gonna play then. Okay.
That's crazy. I got the BLK app on right now. That's off. I'm taking that off right now.
Man.
Right now.
So Black Lives Matter and LGBTQ merging together, man. This is man. Look, they want to make us the face of everything that's wrong. Let's get it.
Abs a 10, D is a to be determined. He got mad jokes, he don't seem broke. The only red flag, he said he don't vote. This midterms for all the single cuties. Wanna hit this booty, gotta do your civic duty. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no fucking. Yeah, don't stop now. Stuff my ballot box again, but my homegirl through. Put the buy in partisan. Politics be so nasty. Make me wanna flirt ya. Show you how to be a poll worker. Legs in the air, I don't care. Anyone could get it. Universal health care.
What Malcolm X say? Puppets.
If you wanna come before the deadline, coming.
Would the white people, would the Gentiles have something like this representing them during politics? Anything? Come on, man.
They try to make black people out of the most wickedest. You know that? I know, man. This is This make you know this when the scriptures say what 2/3 of us gonna perish. I mean we see
right.
It ain't no question. Ain't no question.
No love, no voting, no touch, no voting, no nothing. Can't let me down, gotta stand up for something. No voting, no love, no voting, no touch, no voting, no nothing. BLK, we gon' stand up for something.
BLK, we gonna stand up for something.
To ask alms of them that entered into the temple.
Hey, what is BLK?
BLK is a app. It's an app. It's a BLK app. They're talking about a dating app.
Black.
I got the app, but it's going off.
Oh, it's a dating app.
It's like a.
They probably got transgenders up the butt up in there.
Atlanta is the. Listen. I knocked down I knocked down some black females on there. I ain't gonna lie. So, but the whole thing about it is I just, even though I was successful, you know what I mean? They weren't no transgenders or nothing like that. But the whole thing about you got to get permission for BLK to be said in this video. So the fact that low key, it's a transgender app, and I gotta. It's gone today. It's gone this minute.
Yeah.
I just can't rock with it.
We know that stands for black. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you know, that's the 2/3, man. It's gonna be destroyed. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, they said. Saucy Santana said, "Oh, you ain't getting no booty if you don't get the vote." That's crazy.
That's crazy, huh? Yeah,
That's
Shaq,
crazy.
I heard you earlier. That's the video I was talking about. I'm like, yeah, I know you talking about.
That was wicked.
Let's get it.
I couldn't even watch it. I couldn't even watch. I had to turn my head.
He already prepared me for it though, because we had a conversation and that nasty shit came up. You feel me? And he's like,
man,
I got something for you. I was like, nah, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
I said, brother's gonna log off, huh? You know what I'm saying?
That is what you said. Make you want to, huh? You played the whole video too. We get the point.
Man, you could just put like a 10-second,
Yeah, yeah. I
little
need you to
jump
play the
in there.
clip.
I really want to play the whole
Like the
clip,
rap verses,
man.
like the whole verses and everything.
So look, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Is this the setup? You know what I mean? Is this what they want? This video, we only got 2 more videos. We're about to end it here. But is this what they want?
Home of black culture right now, with a lot of opportunities in many of the fields that African Americans are interested in: music, film, and even private sector. But there is something else going on in Atlanta. A lot of liberal acceptance towards the LGBTQ. This is not new. This has always been there. And in fact, when I was graduating high school, we all heard about the legendary Lenox Small and who hung out there. And if you guys ever heard about Lenox Small, you know what I'm talking about. That is something that I heard about even 20 years ago. But now there's something that's new in Atlanta, which is the transgender movement. Now, according to this article, the trans community in Atlanta is growing and getting more and more unclockable. These days, it's virtually impossible for anyone to tell whether an Atlanta woman is trans or whether she was born with female body parts. Not too long ago, I covered the story of an individual who was dealing with a person or an individual that he felt was a lady. He got home and found out this.
Investigators say the teenage suspect was so enraged that after shooting the victim multiple times, he left and then returned to the crime scene to open fire once again. Police say video from the neighborhood led them to the alleged killer, 18-year-old Orlando Perez, now held without bond. Investigators say Perez had gone home with the victim, 37-year-old Selena Reyes Hernandez, shortly after meeting her on the morning of May 31st. And in her basement apartment in Marquette Park, Perez learned Reyes Hernandez was transgender.
The offender became very upset. He left the residence. He became more upset, and that's when he came back to the residence. And then he brutally murdered the victim in this case.
Now, although this happened in Chicago, this case is not unfamiliar. This is happening more and more across the nation. Let's get back to Atlanta. I have a friend that lives in Atlanta, and he tells me he doesn't want to date somebody that's trans. He only wants to date somebody that was born a female. But it's very difficult for him to tell who is a female or not because the surgeries are so good. He will only deal with a woman, get this, drum roll please, that already has kids. Any woman that doesn't have kids, he avoids them. Basically, I guess for people who think like him, it's a great time to be a single mom in Atlanta. Rewind! But let me kind of get to the whole point of this situation. There was a YouTuber that pretty much weighed in on this topic. Is a man gay if he sleeps with a transgender woman?
When a guy sees you walking in the mall or walking at the park, he does not see your vajayjay. He sees your femininity. He sees your long hair. He sees your beautiful smile. He sees your gorgeous eyes. He smells.
And why are we watching this? We're watching this because this is what Kamala represents. This is the new America, right? That she's trying to push.
He sees your fashion. These are the things that encompass your femininity and womanhood, and these are the things that you present, and these are the things that men are attracted to first and primarily. Now, let's answer the age-old question of, are you gay if you have sex with someone of the same sex? And the answer is simply no. Straight men will fuck a pillow, they will fuck their hand, they will fuck a sock, okay? It does not make them pillow sexual, does not make them sock sexual, it does not make them hand amorous.
Is it AI generated, this right here?
No, like how the video is kind of choppy. I don't know if it's choppy on y'all end, but if it's, it kind of, to me, it looks like it's. I'm gonna have to do
That's
it.
got male internet. That's got male internet.
Okay.
Oh, this joint playing for me. How long? It just get choppy or been choppy?
It's probably because it's streaming.
It's been like that. It's always like that when you play your videos. Sometimes they come through though.
Okay.
That is not how that works. Just from definition alone, no, straight men are not gay if they have sex with a guy because they are not exclusively attracted to someone of the same sex. Going back to my pillow analogy, you can reach your O with a pillow. You can reach an O with your hand or a sock or a teddy bear, okay? But it does not make you attracted necessarily to your pillow or to your teddy bear. Now, some weird people are attracted to their pillow or their teddy bear, but most people aren't. They're just...
Hey, people are really trying to change what's going on. Now, for many guys, we've seen how the culture is even supporting men who are even caught in sex scandals with other men. Isaiah Rashad was having a sexual relationship with 2 men and the video leaked. He then came out as sexually fluid. The whole world gave him a round of applause. We've also seen this with Darius McCrary and Sydney Starr.
In business, we have a whole show on the way. We about to make millions. Let them know.
Hey, bro, that's a man right there. That girl, whatever speaking, it's not a girl.
Yeah, that's a business meeting.
I feel like Blueface right now.
That's Eddie Winslow.
Blade.
Winslow.
For years, dude was trying to find out that was
I'm your Krishan Ross.
He kept saying that they was best friends for years. Everybody kept calling that man out.
Yeah, you can look at him and tell there's something up with him. I looked at him a long time ago. Like,
Yeah, you can tell dude got a little sugar in his tank.
Yeah, it's something about
that Hollywood be messing
eyes in the
everybody up,
forehead.
man.
What do?
That's what they be dealing with.
Krishan Rock and Blueface, here we come.
No.
Wait, they got back together.
No, that's not what we trying to do. That's not.
We're money makers.
But for me, the major thing is transgender women replacing what they would consider, or what society considers, cis women, or what I would just consider women in media and society. Let me give you guys a good example of what I'm talking about. These 2 individuals are Tokyo Styles and Simone Teshi. They are transgender ladies, okay? And the reason why I'm using that is because this is YouTube, so we're using those terms. Transgender ladies who are in Atlanta, one is from Omaha, I believe that's Tokyo Styles, and the other person is a makeup artist. Now, if you look at them, some people might be able to tell that, hey, this individual might not be a lady or whatever. For me, the one on the right, I really just couldn't tell. But like I said, the article says they look like the newest cast members on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And see, what you don't know is within a few years, if not already, they will be on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And this is something that Kamala Harris is going to protect. Now, I have no problem with anybody being gay or LGBTQ, just like people in Atlanta. But I am concerned that women who are actually born women are going to have positions replaced because of the inclusivity of trans women. And this is what is being put out there in society. There is no delineation between the two that people want to actually respect those boundaries. And so this is why you're seeing a lot of friction between transgender men or women. And they like, look, you know, I feel like I'm a man. I don't need to disclose my sexuality or who I am to anybody else. This is what I feel and what should be happening. And of course, you know, hey, there are a lot of people that would be okay with accepting whoever as the way they are. The reality, though, is that some people are not going to be happy with this. And the reason why some people may not be happy with this is because, firstly, women are already complaining that they're having a hard time at all dating and mating in Atlanta. We already know they're trying to basically say that all of the men in Atlanta are on the DL.
They most likely have a wife or a girlfriend or living a double life. And majority of the men don't even like women in Atlanta.
But for the men who are dealing with women who are born women and that's what they like, then the question is, what happens if you're a man and you find out that, hey, well, the lady that I'm dealing with is not the kind of lady I want to deal with? Again, where is the delineation? And it's almost like it's being like forced on you. You know, you're forced to accept it. And if you are saying that I don't really want to date somebody that's a transgender, or I feel like transgender women are getting more rights than women who are born naturally that, then it's unfair, then there's an issue. And I know we talk about Kamala Harris so much for what she's doing for immigrants and migrants and what she's not gonna do for the African American community. But here's something that she's also gonna do. She is a very big supporter of the LGBTQ. And like I said, that's okay. But again, just like immigrants and migrants are gonna replace the black community, I also feel that a lot of transgenders are going to replace a lot of women who were born that way.
Hey, we still here? My phone just did some tripped out stuff.
Yeah, we still here. But you know,
All right.
seeing this, that makes you know why men don't like wigs, they don't like weave, they don't like makeup and all that stuff. I love a natural woman. A natural woman,
Right.
you got to see a woman in her natural state. That's the beauty of a woman right there.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. The beauty of a woman
Straight
in a
up.
natural state. I agree with that completely.
Natural state. You know, all that makeup and stuff to try to look pretty. That's like you catfishing somebody, right? You don't want them to know who you really is or who you really look, what you really look like. When you show yourself, a woman, you ain't ashamed. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the Most High like. That's what I like. A natural woman.
And
I
that's
just
how
wanted to
these
say that.
transgenders. And no, it's a good point. And that's how they're able to hide. And like what did we read? I think that was in what's that Enoch? Where it's about how the fallen angels taught them the beauty of the islands and all that. Cause they knew this right here. This right here. This is all coming from the fallen angels, from the fallen ones.
Right. All that stuff come from them. You know, Most High already done put it in man. He made us out after His image. That we shouldn't like all that altered look and that altered stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's just like you hiding something. What you got that or what you hiding? What you hiding behind?
But you know, one thing he did say, that that made sense is, hey man, it is for single mothers right now. You should be winning right now, because if you don't got, because I'm gonna be honest, man, one of my boys, man, I'm gonna say it real plain, so no disrespect to anybody. He had met the girl. He had went to the telly, and then she I guess he said go in the bathroom, and the trans started giving him some head, and right after, because I'm asking him questions, she showed him the balls, bro. And he just freaked out. I said, bro, you didn't hit her or anything. He's like, bro, I don't know, so yeah, this is it's real out there. And my boy McCord get hoes, man. He gets all the ladies like him. Yeah, I never seen him on no. I just think that night he was just desperate to knock some down, I guess, and he got tricked. So it's a cold thing out there. And then what I wanted to say is, somebody said, I think that was Riza Islam. I don't feel that it's the end goal is the trans thing is bad, but what I think they're trying to do is when these fallen angels come back, they're trying to they're trying to make it okay to be interspecies or
breaking up. Yeah, he breaking up bad. But
species sex and all the perversions that will come. Did you hear me?
Yeah, we just heard you.
Yeah,
he broke up. Then start speeding up, but that's basically what the Antichrist is going to come and be about too, though. This is setting you up for do as thou wilt, man. Right? Do as thou wilt. This is Sodom and Gomorrah for the whole world. That's why the Most High got to come back and destroy this place with that fire. Let's get it in.
And is that necessarily fair for the women out there in the black community that want to have an opportunity as a woman? Like, just imagine you know, we talk about what's going on with the migrant crisis and things like that, and how the migrants are coming over and they're taking over tax dollars, okay, and they're going to get benefits. Well, what about a woman who would be able to get an opportunity because she's born a woman, and then you have a person that was born a male and feels like, you know what, well, I'm actually a woman in a man's body, I want to change. And then now that person that was a male can now say, well, I want to be a woman now, and I get all of the rights that this individual has who was born.
So this is what they did. Remember, Black Lives Matter merged it with LGBTQ because they said, I'm not going to do nothing for black people alone. Let's merge it with the LGBTQ and give them everything that we should have gave black people. We're going to give it to LGBTQ. You know what I'm saying? And now we see it in here. They said things that we should give black women. Well, now we're going to give to the LGBT trans woman man. You get me what I'm saying? It's crazy, y'all.
A woman, and now that woman is not protected anymore because of those rights. Like, is that fair to the lady who was born a lady? Where's the delineation? And you're already seeing it in the dating world. They're trying to already say, hey, if you deal with a transgender woman, that don't make you gay, that don't make you, that just makes you like women. And then, well, clearly that there is a difference between trans and cis. And anything you want to do, it's trans is on the opposite side, cis is the same side. In chemistry, trans and cis are not the same. Trans and cis typically are spatial and directional arrangements. That's what they are, and they're there for a reason. And so because they're trans and cis, there is a delineation between the two terms. That's it, and that's all. People may not like it, but it is what it is. Again, let me also talk about this point. If you're a man and you are from the, you know, heterosexual community and you are caught, let's say you didn't know, dating a transgender woman, I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of embarrassment that comes with that. It's a lot of shame that comes with that. And it's no hate on anybody, but a lot of people, for whatever reason, they will consider themselves, you know, I'm gay now. People will castigate them, even if they didn't know. And that leads to certain levels of, you know, people could feel violated because they didn't know. And now, you know, the person is going out saying that they're not this and they're not that, and they're not being open. Now that person feels violated. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I had a little bonus video, but I kept y'all long enough.
Hey, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you. Yeah, you much better now.
Yeah, I was saying that I was just saying that this is just the start. They're gonna be doing trans animal, trans robotic, and then I think the real goal of if we're talking about if we go by just like Genesis, that the whole thing about it is I think it's going interspecies. Because you remember when not interspecies, but two different species of man. Like, oh man.
You're breaking up, but I know what you're saying. You talk about the changing of time.
Hey guys, it's Sandy.
And talk about as it was in the days of Noah. You know, the changing of kinds. Y'all brothers, I ask you guys, do y'all want this bonus or y'all want to hit the song? How y'all feeling?
Might as well hit the bonus.
All right. So this is just a warning, man. This is it. This is just a warning. You
know. Get on here, and this is one of those heads up videos or keep your eyes and ears open kind of videos. I think that this is not the time, as like in 2024, that you just stick your head in the sand and act like nothing is going on or nothing's going to happen. I think that would be not smart because right now, listen, there are reports out already because we're in September. November's not very far away in America. It means we've got the elections coming up. So right now there are reports already coming out that on the federal government, state, local, they are already preparing for massive civil unrest to happen in the U.S. around the election time. So they're already thinking it's going to happen. And, you know, anybody that does not have their head in the sand also thinks that something will happen also. And by something, does that mean that a few weeks ago, I shared a video about a big warning for America, and it was the security defense up in our federal government was saying Americans are clueless, and almost everybody is unprepared for what could happen at any moment. And that video is about a cyber attack and how it could take down the water supplies, the electric supplies. What are you going to do if that would happen? And it could happen suddenly and you're not prepared. Well, then this is different because there's also reports coming out that they are getting ready for massive civil unrest. So massive chaos. After the election, before the election, I don't even know what's going to happen. So November is our elections here. Something like a cyber attack could happen beforehand. Something like a cyber attack could happen after, depending on who would get voted in. There could be massive civil unrest just based on the fact that if Kamala gets in and Trump supporters are furious, or if Trump gets in and Kamala supporters are furious, and I don't say mad, like they're mad about it, and furious, because it seems like people's emotions are on extremely high.
Somebody said something? Okay.
Alert. I think that's the wrong word, but they are just so high. Because you know what? I have done many elections, not like as many as some of you have. I'm 53.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
in that time period, I have voted a lot of times. And you know what? If your party did not get in, okay, you know what you did? You just kept on living life.
Right.
And you just, you know, it didn't affect you so much that it affects your emotions and it affects the way you're going to live.
And that's what brothers was talking about earlier. When Trump came in, that was the beginning of the divide of America. So
yeah.
But it affects people in such a different way now. And I think that after the election, whatever does happen, I think it is going to be mass chaos, mostly in certain places, like the bigger cities. I think that definitely that could be more of a impact. But it is going to be a very volatile time, I believe. So what do you need to do? Well, I would get some things in your home. I've said this many times, and I kind of feel like I'm just sounding the alarm and saying, listen, are you prepared for whatever? So beyond weather and that kind of thing, I know people that are in hurricane areas, they're always prepared for that kind of stuff. But what about just everybody being prepared, no matter where you live, because so much could happen around our election time. Some of the scenarios that I think could happen. Start with one. We go into voting. It's Kamala against Trump. Everything's fair, and everybody votes fairly, and everything's counted. And one way or another, one of the parties comes out as the winner. Okay, that's the way it was in the past. I doubt that's going to happen. The second scenario could be that somebody, either another nation state or a rogue person within America, could do a cyber attack and knock things out so that we couldn't have an election. Okay, I don't know if that'll happen. Could it happen? Yeah, I don't know. I think we'll have an election. The next thing, we could have a pandemic. Have any of you heard about monkeypox? Because it seems to be talked about a lot. And also that vaccines are being made for monkeypox. Well, why are we making vaccines for something that really has had zero impact as of yet? Unless there's people that wanted to have a big impact. And then could it? Yeah. I'm going to talk between the lines just a little bit, but we know that there's a lot of evil people out there that would love to see the amount of population decrease. So could something like that come about? Yeah. A big scenario is Trump gets in and the Kamala supporters go crazy and start burning down cities like that happened during the BLM kind of stuff and destroying people's property. What's another one? Well, the flip side of that, Kamala gets in. And I didn't for sure think she might have a chance, but I do now. So things have even changed in my mind of I thought, oh, if it was between Trump and Biden, I don't think there would have been even a thought of who would have gotten in. The polls were definitely ahead for Trump, but now that it's Trump and Kamala, things are changing. And so what could happen? Well, Kamala might be the person that gets in. And what would happen on this side? What would the Trump people, the Trump supporters do? They're going to be furious, and I don't know. I don't believe that they would burn down cities or people's property, because I just don't think that people would go.
Because the Trump supporters are the patriots of America, but they might turn up in a way different way, man.
Go that far, but I don't know. There's going to just be a lot of civil unrest either way that it goes. And you know what I want to do? I want to hunker down. I don't want to be going out in any of that chaos. I don't want any part of anything like that. I just want to be able to take care of my family, take care of my garden, enjoy my homestead area. And in order to do that, well, I need to have some things here, right? Just to have some things prepared. So this is my question to you. Do you feel like you have some stuff in your home to get by for 30 days? Do you have stuff in your home to get by for 2 weeks? Like, are you at that point? If you're not, think about it and just think about starting to get things. We're already into September, November's coming. Will something happen? Nobody knows. There might not be anything that happens. Could it happen? Yes. It could happen before an election, during election, after election, before January. Anytime things could happen. And what I'm saying is, wouldn't you rather just have peace of mind and be prepared in your home to have some things? Can you get everything? No. And what is everything? It's different for different people. This is a big one, though, to me, is your mindset. That is a huge one. Get in your mind already, thinking about some scenarios. I'm not saying scare yourself. I'm saying think of some scenarios. What would you do if we had a cyber attack and we had no electric? What would you do? What would you do if there is massive civil unrest, like the reports are already coming out that they're preparing for? What would you do? Would you can't go to the grocery store, let's say. What would you do? Think of this stuff ahead of time and know that what I need to get to protect myself and protect my family. And then your attitude is huge on that too. What kind of skills do you know? What kind of knowledge do you have? If you don't stick your head in the sand, you guys. Like, it's more important to have peace whenever you, okay, let me say this. Back in 2020 is when I did my very first video that I said, are you prepared? Because things could kind of change and happen. So did anything major happen? Well, we had COVID and, an election that has been, was it stolen? Wasn't it stolen? That kind of stuff. Did it affect us, though, in such a way that we couldn't live? No, we still lived our lives, and we just had to deal with the crappy portions of it. But we were fine. Could things happen in such a way now, though, that it disrupts our life? So attitude is huge, of how you're going to handle things. Attitude is huge about whichever way this election goes. Also, are you going to let it run your life, or are you going to just go on and deal with whichever way that goes that you want it to go? And then mostly, though, I think for me, that whenever I felt this urge, and I know it's from the Lord, I know it was, and then I knew I needed to share with others to kind of give them are you thinking about this stuff? Also, and I started preparing, and what it gives you is peace of mind. You're like, I'm okay. Yep, I can take care of my family. We're okay. Have we hit every single thing to know that we'd be okay? No, because how can you? Nobody knows what scenarios would happen. But you just think through what could maybe happen and do your best and take the money that you have and do your best with it. And this is the thing. If you take some money out of your savings and you go buy some groceries, what are you going to do with that? You're going to eat it at some point. It's also going to be cheaper right now than what it's going to be in the future. So are you out anything by investing in some stuff to take care of your home? Just, if you've got some money in your savings, think of it that way. Well, if I took $100 out then how much could I get that I could store under our bed or in an extra closet or something like that? Start thinking about what you can do. And will something happen? I don't know. Could something happen? Sure could. So just be aware. And I want you to know that, they're already talking about this massive civil unrest. And okay, I'll be eager to read your comments. That's all I have for now. Until next time, I'm out.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it.
Hey, Mar. You still there, Mar? Is he still on here? All right, gone.
Hey man,
Yeah.
I think that was the it got me worried, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta make something shake. I'm just gonna put it out there. I stopped smoking weed for like a week now, and it's time to get serious because some stuff can really happen, man. And I think my bet. I'm gonna be honest, man. Some just put it on my soul, man. I gotta get out of here. In America, it's just there's no. I always had this thing about trying to get basic laws in the land of the oppressor. And we're loved. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I've been to other countries, and I think brothers have been to other countries too. We're loved in other countries. We're loved. We're loved in other countries. So, maybe it's just time. I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't see myself fighting with women and men that want to identify as trans or trans. I don't want to be in a country where I have to be wary of man or woman. And on top of it, like I think Riza said, we were the big bully for they're gonna try to get us, man. And so the blood's on our hands. All I'm saying is I don't know if we're supposed to be waiting here as Israelites, or these are our key signs to say, hey, you got to get up out of here. But yeah, I don't see it. I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't see it being any kind of positive being in America right now, because it's looking kind of evil. It's looking kind of wicked, man.
Yeah.
It's looking
it's wicked. Hey, you got the host, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, that means that political ploy did his job, exposing this wicked. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's crazy out here. And we just ran through it. And that's a conversation we were just having. Should we leave or should we stay? We just had that combo, right?
Man, I'm saying, man, I'm just saying, man. And then it got me looking at the some of the homies. I'm gonna be honest. I be low key don't care because I get to do it. I live a real free life, brothers. I don't really. Yamel, no, I don't care. I met him at the work and we was talking about whatever. My first time meeting him, and it was I don't really care. I live my life on my terms. Nobody tells me what to do. And a lot of people say I don't be listening. Contrary to where I that's when I wasn't in the truth, but I still got those kind of independent thoughts. But as I'm looking at it right now, man, I don't really see. I don't. All I'm saying is there are people already bucking about being Israelites. And so if they're bucking about being Israelites, and I just don't see, it's like, what I want to say? It's like Abraham. That's why Abraham posted outside of Sodom and Gomorrah. He was like, nah. I ain't going there. That's Lot and them's like, Lot's over there. I'm just gonna post up outside. I'm gonna post away off the beaten path, and then Lot was all up in there talking about, probably doing the Lord's work, ignoring all that gay stuff, everything like that. But at the end of the day, a Lot almost got burnt up. So I'm not trying to be like Lot. That's all I'm saying. That's all I gotta say.
All right.
Hey,
you ready,
I feel you. Yeah.
Shaq.
Sir.
Okay. Only thing I gotta say about that, 10,000 gonna fall at your right, 10,000 on the left, but it ain't gonna come near you. That's all I'm gonna say on that note.
You should have read that song then. All right. Psalm 123. I shall lift up my eyes unto you who dwell in heaven, in the heavens. See, as the eyes of servants are toward the hand of their masters, as the eyes of a female servant are toward the hand of her mistress, so are our eyes toward Yahuwah our Elohim, until he shows favor to us.
Praise it.
Think somebody got a mute.
Show favor to us, O Yahuwah, show favor to us, for we are exceedingly filled with mockery. Our being is exceedingly filled with the scoffing of those who are at ease, with the mockery of the proud.
Hallelujah.
Praise Yah.
That's how you end
That
that
was,
thing,
that was a perfect time right there.
That was
Exceedingly filled.
Man.
Praise Yah, man. Hey,
I'll
go back
praise
to that
the
verse
Lord.
1.
Praise Yah.
Oh, brother Hezekiah come out with, man. Eyes to the east. So our eyes are toward our Elohim until he shows favor to us. Hallelujah.
Right. Shall lift up my eyes unto you who dwell in the heavens. Praise Yah, man.
Sure.
Because soon he will put one over,
Eyes of
man.
servants are towards the hand of their masters, as the eyes of a female servant are toward the hand of her mistress. So are our eyes toward Yahuwah, our Elohim.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Man, all right, that's the end of it.
Hey,
Little
that gotta be
part
still, you see how brothers do with that hat and stuff, man.
Man, you got the hat on again.
Wait, hold on. Don't end it yet. Don't end it out. It says,
he want to stunt with his hat. Let him stunt with his hat.
The power of the earth is in the hand of the Most High, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Hey, don't let me find that. Don't let me find out. Hey, wait. Hey, don't let me find out. Don't let me find out. He's talking about that with Trump. Don't let me find out. He
Come on, man.
Talking about Trump.
I ain't talking about no Trump.
I didn't want to read that scripture with his hat on.
Yeah.
He gonna talk about one that is profitable and point at
we need you to go around your yard. We need you to take that camera around the yard.
We need to see.
We gotta see what's going on over there, man.
Hey, don't take it off now. Don't take it off now.
Don't take it off now. I agree with DeAndre. He gonna read the scripture and point at his hat.
Hey.
That's what he did.
You gotta keep that. You gotta keep that hat on every Shabbat now.
Look, these brothers, I was.
We gotta let the people know, man. We just snatched this brother up out of GOCC. He still got his foot up in there or something.
Yeah,
He still got one leg in there.
He's fresh from that GOCC. He's fresh. His mindset still fresh from that.
Y'all brothers had to take it to the extreme and stuff, man. Man, I'll pray.
Hey, you guys, I gotta
one that is profitable. Pointing at his hat.
Oh man.
I'm thinking.
Hey, you guys. Hey, real quick, y'all. I just want to say Shabbat Shalom. I gotta get out of here, and it was a great teaching, Yamel. Good job. Hey. Always making it interesting, always making it poignant, and I got a lot of thinking to do, man. And so, that's a good teaching when you can think after. And I just want to say Shabbat Shalom, brothers. It's always a pleasure.
Shabbat Shalom, ma. All praises, man. Y'all brothers ain't right, man.
We're finna end this, man. We're finna end this right here, man.
want to say